I was 13, a chubby skid on the scene. I used to have the, you know what? Let me hop out. Pop out, boy, at 2609 Germantown Ave, one of the hottest clothing stores in Philadelphia. You gotta go check them out, boy. Damn, boy, little Ninja Perro. Yeah, the business. Damn, that bike is giving on the business with all them speakers on it, boy. I could be loud as hell in the morning waking everybody up if I wanted to. Dang, what? Oh my goodness, G-Ma, what's your little orthopedic shoe wearing behind doing here,
huh? Business, and I bought briefcases for everybody.
It's a clothing line. I ain't say bring briefcases. What? I'm saying about that business. Well, you want some weird stuff, G-Ma.
Weird?
Yeah, you wish your hand didn't cramp up, huh? You better do it yourself, huh? But anyway, boy, I'm just letting y'all know, boy, the Business Show Wednesday, 8 p.m. Global Tunes Radio, sponsored by Little Ninja Apparel. What you thought, it was just apparel? No, she doing big things. You need to get at this lady. You go in there and check out. She gonna take care of you. She got hats, shirts, everything, whatever. I don't care what it is. If she don't got it, she will make it for you. Come out, boy.
Good people. Welcome to the Business Show. I'm your host, Deanna Lachey. Sitting here with me today, we have a guest host. Tell the people who you are.
L. Swain. Very nice to be here. Appreciate it.
Is that your Mac Daddy vibe? Is that your little L. Swain, baby? Let me talk to you. So, what's going on, good people? Happy holidays and all that good stuff. I know Thanksgiving was lovely. Y'all trying to get that turkey 10 off you.
Right.
Ain't that the worst thing about holidays is trying to get the weight off you after you've been eating all the meals?
Man, the worst thing is if you have to go to work the next day. For real.
Getting up is
I don't be trying to do shit. I be too drunk, too everything. For real.
It's hard getting up that Friday morning after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You ate turkey and drunk all night, stayed up at your family house.
Hell yeah.
Later than you were supposed to be. Yeah, it's a mess. It's definitely a mess. Hey family, what's going on? They were just talking about when you coming back on the show.
Right.
My sister right there just popped up. So good people. Did you hear about Donald Trump? So they definitely trying to impeach Donald Trump. Oh, shoot. So they put out 2 orders of impeachment for Donald Trump, and one is for abuse of power, and one is for obstruction of Congress. So for all y'all good people who don't really know what that is and who don't really follow politics, I'm explaining it to y'all. So abuse of power is to exercise the power of a public office to obtain an improper personal benefit while ignoring or injuring the national interest. So pretty much that's like being in the office and using your power and your job for personal interest that goes against the public people. So pretty much they tried to get him for that, they said for the involvement in Ukraine in the 2020 election and for the involvement of Russia in the 2016 election. So that's what they trying to get him for on the first count. On the second count of obstruction of Congress, for obstruction of Congress, that is a president who declares himself above accountability of the American people, above the Congress power of impeachment. So, and they pretty much got that for the damaging of national security and interfering in the national election. So, like, if you know anything about politics, they've only ever tried to impeach 3 other presidents. Right, so you all know they tried to impeach Bill Clinton, and they tried to impeach Andrew Jackson, but they both was acquitted from that. And then they tried to impeach Richard Nixon back in the day.
They did it. Well, he stepped down.
And he was like, oh no, I'm going to resign real quick.
Right.
Before they get him. So that's the only reason why they didn't get Nixon, because I think Nixon was the closest one to actually really be impeached.
I honestly believe that they already knew these things, but he had to have pissed off somebody that was once on his side for them to be okay, in 2016. See, I'm
gonna tell you what the problem with Trump is. Okay, first of all, we had Obama. So it was like, we had set new standards. We had our first black president, we had broke some rules.
Right.
So they didn't want Hillary in here because they was like, listen, we're not gonna break 2 stereotypes at once. We're not gonna have our first black president and our first woman president all together. So they didn't want that to go on. So pretty much what they did is they voted Trump into office. The problem with Trump is Trump is not a politician at all.
Right.
So Trump do not play politician games. Trump is what you call a superstar. Trump a rock star, you know what I'm saying? Like, he want to do movies, he want to do television, you fired, he want to do stuff like that. He want to buy properties, put his name on a bunch of stuff, get his money out. When the business crashed, he done already left
Right.
You know, he just written
Yeah.
his name out. Trump is a whole different individual. When people don't understand that, my take always been on Trump is that if you peep, they only want quite a few things. One is they want money,
Yes.
they want fame, they want power. So he already had money and he was already famous. He on TV shows. You know, his
Absolutely.
name is on everything. But he didn't really ever have any power. So what's more powerful than being the president of the United States? And then you figure he's a real estate mogul. So he only see one thing you know about being a president is it's not about what you do as the president as much it is what you trying to set up for yourself once you're no longer president.
Right, right.
See, once the president is all about politicking when you're in office, setting up these alliances with these people so that once you're no longer the president, you still got to work. And then you can't go back to having a regular job once you've been the president. You got to be like head of security at the national 5-star company, you know,
Right.
like Fortune 500 company. You got to be, you know, it has to be a real job. So they set themselves up for like pretty much later on. So you think about it. If he sets up all these alliances with these countries, which is what he's trying to do, but you know, the people don't really like him. But what the ones that do like him or fall for the shit that he's putting out, just think, when he's no longer president, now I can come over to your country and buy up all your shit at a cheap price. You got to think, he in real estate. All he really care about is real estate. Pound for pound, he set up the best real estate deal ever. Trump bought a building for $1 million in the middle of New York and put his name on it and then sold the building for $500 million. They said, pound for pound, that's the best real estate deal ever. You bought something for $1 million and sold it for $500 million.
Right.
So, you know, he's a real estate guy. That's what he's into. So as long as he, you know, can put his name on some properties and buy up some stuff that, you know, really don't belong to him, he's happy with that. He don't give a two shits about this country. He don't, and he prove it.
I
You know
like
what I'm
how
saying?
much you're very well, you know, known and well knowledge with your subjects, because I didn't know none of this shit before you said it.
Really?
I didn't know none of this shit. You educated the fuck out of me on this show.
Yeah, they well, actually, I think, 2 days ago, they you know, they put an official order like, hey, they trying to impeach Trump.
Okay.
So, you know, like, it's going down now, you know. Impeach an asshole. I mean, Trump an asshole because he put this little skit up poking fun at, you know, the Democrats.
Okay.
This little skit, like, he the only president that do some bullshit. Like, he's funny in a way.
He is.
Because it's like,
He
they
is.
out mad and they pissed, like, we about to impeach you. And he putting up memes and skits that he done made at home.
Look,
About the Democrats and putting it on his Twitter, like, fuck all y'all.
I think it was the Hillary
Hey, guys,
campaign when they was trying to make him look bad, but in the midst of them trying to make him look bad, to me it was just funny. Like, he said, no woman with an A cup could ever be a dime. It was just like, damn, like, you
And the
never heard
funny
no
part is though, he's unapologetic.
Absolutely.
Like, he says whatever it is he feel like, and he doesn't really apologize for it. Like, and if you ask him, he might say it twice. He's not going to apologize. Like, he's that type of asshole. Like, any man who fights so hard to get immigrants out the country, and his wife is an immigrant, you know he a certain type of somebody.
Yeah.
Like, that you can lay up with a woman every day and you fighting to get her and her family out the country.
Well, I mean, she better respect them before you sign the paperwork. Yeah, I mean, that's more pressure.
I mean, he's just an idiot. You know, they said he was fighting so hard to put the wall up in Mexico because one of his companies that he was in bed with was going to build the wall. So I guess you would be fighting hard.
Yeah, hell yeah. Shit.
Right, so, you know, on the show, like I said, we do a lot of shenanigans and a lot of BS. I still like to inform y'all about some things that's going on in your community that you might not be aware of sometimes. So now that I'm here today, you know, I figured this would be a good time to talk to y'all about some things. So y'all know they ran up in some stop and goes in Knightstown. So, you know, for all y'all who not familiar with stop and goes is typically like these little stores that they have in either black neighborhoods or Hispanic neighborhoods. They stay open all night. They sell everything from gas to alcohol, cigarettes to candy, fried chicken and toilet paper. Like, you can get anything you want in these stores. So what happened is a lot of these stores, what people don't realize, got liquor license now. Like, before they had licenses to sell like 40s and stuff, but now they got licenses to sell like shots of liquor and stuff.
Right.
And the reason they're getting these licenses is because they're applying for these licenses under auspicions that they're restaurants because they sell food. And y'all know, like I know, they sell less food than anything. They sell more wraps, beer,
Right.
and sodas than they sell anything. They ain't really
Right.
selling too much food, but this is how they get in their liquor licenses. So the other day, State Senator Anthony Williams, Sharif Streets, the Liquor Control Board, and a bunch of police start running up in all these stop and goes in Nicetown. So they ran up in 3, they shut down 2. And one thing about us, one thing about black people, we like convenience.
Yeah.
We like being able to get up at 12 o'clock at night and go to this corner store and they got
yeah.
everything you need when the supermarket is closed. But at the end of the day, you got to realize these spots are some of the most unsafe places for children in America. Like y'all running around here worried about people kidnapping your kids and doing stuff to your kids. But look at this, and you probably never did at this way. You got a store on the corner that stay open, right? Probably typically the only store that your kids have to go to, right? When they get in the store, this is what they deal with. It's a bunch of old drunk women, a bunch of old drunk men, a bunch of young drunk men, a bunch of young drunk women sitting in this store drinking beer and liquor and smoking all day long. They irate, they aggressive, they disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? They harsh. Your kids gotta walk through all this shit to go in to get in this store just to buy some candy or some potato chips.
Well, they neighbors though. I mean,
but before they get in the store, they gotta deal with all the crackheads,
yeah, they neighbors.
the bums
they used to.
that's outside in the parking lot begging for money and for change. But you gotta think about it. It's a festering spot. Like spots like that ain't conducive for the neighborhoods. Like you say, if one of these drunk motherfuckers in there get drunk and pull his pants down and show his dick to your child, then what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like you think, most children aren't allowed in bars anywhere that they sell alcohol.
Right.
Like, so why is it that children are allowed to not even that they're allowed to go in there? Why is it that stores are allowed to be able to market children like candy and potato chips and sodas under the same roof that they selling beer and cigarette and tobacco products? So if a child can't go in a bar, why are they able to go into these in-and-out stores, 7-Elevens, and these stop-and-goes where they sell alcohol and they allow grown people to sit in there and drink the alcohol? So y'all tell me this is conducive to your children. For as much as we like to be able to walk to the corner on football Sunday and buy a 6-pack of beer, it's not conducive to your child when you send them over there to get a loaf of bread for lunch later for you to make them some sandwiches, and they got to walk through a whole crowd of alcoholics, irate drunk men who don't give a fuck about your kids or nobody else. You know what I mean? You run the risk of your kid being touched on. You run the risk of your child being disrespected. You run the risk of your child being taken.
Yeah.
So, and then the funny part is they said that they took 30 different licenses from these stop and goes and they keep giving them back. But we, the black people, can't open a fucking donut shop in the hood without being charged more taxes than anybody, having L&I run up in there more than any place in America. But they get away with all this shit. And then they got a nerve to sit behind bulletproof glass while they expose your children to all this other shit. Why can't my daughter come behind this bulletproof glass when she come in here to get a soda or some potato chips? You know what I'm saying? To get her away from all the criminals, the crook that y'all got sitting in the lobby,
Right.
sitting around the table, eating fucking outdated chicken wings. Like, half of the reason why they shut down the place is because they were selling outdated food, expired food. Just the stuff y'all going in there and buy. And they're in every neighborhood. And we support this shit. Meanwhile, my black ass got a business. Y'all won't come support me. But this is the stuff that y'all support in the hood. Black people, we got to do better. And we got to stop letting them peddle and push different shit to our children that we know ain't conducive to our children in the neighborhoods that we live in. When you go into these white neighborhoods, you do not see liquor stores on every corner. You do not see stop and goes on every corner because they is not going to allow that shit to be put in their neighborhoods and their children to be subjected to it. But us as black people, we like the convenience of being able to go to the corner 12 o'clock at night and get a beer and a soda that we subject our children to a lot of dangerous shit. So a lot of times when we sit up and we always say why the white people live in better neighborhoods, because the white people do something about their neighborhoods. Black people, we talk shit, but we ain't never gonna do shit. White people neighborhoods is cleaner because they know not to throw trash in front of their house. And when it's trash in front of their house, they come outside and clean up. Black people, we come outside and throw trash on our own fucking step. And then wonder why our neighborhood look dirtier than their neighborhoods. It's not them, it's us. If we don't care about us, who the fuck you think going to? We gotta do better.
I mean, it was a little bit help in that area. You know, it wasn't all us, but we could definitely do better.
But we gotta play our part.
Like yeah, absolutely. We don't have to absolutely,
live
I
as bad
agree.
as we do.
I agree.
But because we don't take responsibility for ourselves, you know, we always go like you say, we the keeper of our own gate. You can't expect nobody to gatekeep your house. We the keeper of our gate.
Exactly.
So we want to live in better neighborhoods, then we need to fix the neighborhoods up. We can't sit and depend on somebody else to come in our neighborhood and fix our neighborhood up. It's up to us to fix our neighborhood.
It's just, you know, I always look back as, you know, they fucked our neighborhoods up. It was like they was playing a Sims game. They put drugs in our neighborhood. They strategically tried to destroy us. It's on paperwork. They got movies out now about how in CIA paperwork they say we got to take these motherfuckers down. So I mean, yeah, a lot we play our part, but it was definitely some strategic background bullshit.
I mean, yeah, that too. But here go the funny part too, though. One thing you know, you live and you learn.
Yeah.
Right. So here go the twist. You can put whatever the fuck you want in front of me. It's up for me to take it.
Well, I think a crackhead, they didn't know right away it was going to fuck them up like that.
I can push as many drugs if I want, but if there's nobody there to buy the drugs, then what? Like, I'm not turning my nose up at people. I know that black people has been targeted over the years for a lot of different things.
A lot, yes.
Not only for drugs and different various diseases and different shit.
Just coming together.
You know, training that they wanted to see work. Yeah, we was the guinea pigs for a lot of different shit. But I'm going to say again, at what part else do we have to take responsibility for us as the people and for our own actions? Yeah, they've been selling crack for a lot of years. I never used none of it.
Good.
You see what I'm saying?
Good.
So I'm not saying that, you know, everybody can be that type of strong, but at the end of the day, at what time do we take responsibility for being the people who buy the crack? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they can sell as much of it, but you can't sell shit with no customers.
Yeah.
It's like to keep it funky, black people, we got to stop always being the first to jump on the boat to try some shit. We got to always stop always being the first ones to latch on to some shit. We ain't always got to follow the trend. Some shit you got to let go. Ain't that how we got here? A nigga showed up on a fucking boat talking about, hey, guess what? I'm going to give y'all a free fucking trip around the world.
And that's another thing,
I'm going to take y'all shopping. Come on, get on this fucking boat. And we wind up over here.
The history has been tainted so much that They really got us out here thinking that our people was just straight up docile, like they ain't put up no fight.
But let me tell you something. We were doctors and scientists,
absolutely,
and all types of shit.
Warriors, a lot of things.
Like, so no, I'm not saying that, but I'm gonna say again, we as black people, I'm gonna say again, we latch on to stuff. We do what we see other people do. Because let's keep it funky. It don't take you to get on crack to see that the lady down the street that you used to know that used to have a good job and used to have a nice car and kids used to have everything don't got shit no more because she's smoking crack. It don't take for you to smoke crack to see what that shit did to her.
That's my generation.
As black people, sometimes we just gotta open our eyes.
That's my generation, though. The generation before that just looked at crack like, oh, we can get high like the white folks do, but for a cheaper price because coke was considered a rich man's drug.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. Back in the day,
they was partying and shit probably.
No, I'm gonna tell you, it's like the drugs of this era. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Sometimes you don't know the effects of this shit until you already knowing it.
Exactly.
So you never know till you go.
Right.
I say that all the time. You never know till you go. So here go the twist. At that point, coke was a new drug. It was sociable. So back in the day, it wasn't made like it is now. So people were sociable crackheads. People would smoke crack and go to work. They had jobs, took care of their families. They did that, but over the years, they changed the ingredients. They changed what they cut it with. They made it more addictive. It was more fucked up. It did different things to people.
Yes.
But I'm going to say again, at what point was it your choice not to smoke that shit? Same thing with these opioids and these pills. Guess what? I would never be addicted on opiates because I ain't gonna take them. So that's one surefire way not to be on them joints.
I mean,
not
I took
to take
them. I just didn't get
now,
addicted.
I'm not gonna say like, they subscribe you opioids
Exactly.
for different pain, and so everybody didn't get on them the same way.
Exactly.
But it's a lot of people that just take them to take them. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, you got to be responsible for your own demise.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If we are just pretty much just doing things that's not conducive to our health, we can't get mad when we fucked up.
Yeah.
And that's
absolutely.
just it. So like I said, we had a lot of things in history. Like you said, a lot of monkey wrenches that been thrown in the game.
A lot.
We've been guinea pigs for a lot of different shit. We've had a lot of things pushed on us, like drugs and alcohol. I'm gonna say again.
I sound like 21 Savage over here a lot.
It's a drugstore.
A lot.
I mean, it's an alcohol. It's a bar or a liquor store, and what? Every 3-block radius, every 5-block radius in the neighborhood. You don't see that in white neighborhoods.
Because
so
that's the team they on. They on their own team. They ain't gonna fuck themselves up.
But that right there even shows you how we're marketed to. Like even if you do find a beer distributor, something, you notice how they're marketed. They sell a lot of cans. They sell a lot of 6-packs. When you came in the hood, they sold a lot of 40s. Because they want you to get a lot drunker in the neighborhood, so they sell you the beer in bigger quantities.
Bottom of the barrel
shit. They sold
shit.
you, right. Now, at Cokie 900, Old English 800. They sold you Red Bull, Blue Bull, St. Ives, 211s. They sold you rock gut, hard bottom, like you said, hard bottom shit.
I mean,
they
honestly,
want you to be in a certain
it's just
state.
a slightly, I hate to say better, but I mean, it's the same thing that it was in generations before us. We always got the scraps. Even back in slave days, they fed them the bullshit of the pig.
Yeah,
that's how
that's where
chitlins and all that
chitlins
shit came. You know what I mean? We are so innovative and smart that we can take some fucked up shit and make something good out of it to the point where they want to steal it back from us. Like, oh no, we didn't know it could do that. Let us take that shit back. Like
we definitely the most innovative race.
We
ever.
great. We great. So
that's why they scared of us, and
exactly.
I'm gonna say again, that's why we're marketed to for all the bullshit. But I'm gonna say again, at some point, us as black people, if we know we so powerful, then we gotta stop falling for the BS. We gotta stop falling. I'm gonna say again, they gonna market to you like it's a lot of people out there that like we say, people got haters every day.
Yeah,
it's a lot of people that directly market on your and pray for your downfall, but that don't mean that you have to fall to the demise. I'm gonna say again, there's a lot of people don't like me. Don't mean that when I come out my house or when I go in the house, I sleep any different because you don't like me.
Can I ask you a question?
Just be me.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Now, you seem to me like a person that is considerate and you're not a bully.
Right.
So how do you feel about the person that's being bullied when you see them being bullied? How do you feel about the victim?
Well, see, me personally, like I've always been, that's my biggest thing. I'm always been the protector of the victim.
Okay, stay right there. Now, us as black people, African Americans, whatever the fuck label you want to call it, we are the victim, but yet with propaganda and advertisement, they got people all around the world, even these Chinese motherfuckers and all these people that come over here to America, they look at us like we the fucked up ones. Now you, like you just said, you looked at the victim like wow, with some type of sympathy, something.
I mean, I do look at
but we're the savages, we're the this, that, and the third, when the whole time we're the victims.
See, where my problem is that's the point. We got to stop being a victim.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? Ain't no fun in being a martyr every day.
No,
you
definitely
can't keep playing a victim forever. Like you say, we already started behind the game, but because black people are the most innovative race in America and we do everything well, we can no longer sit around and play the victim. Because even though we didn't start on the same playing field that they started, we caught up quick.
Mm-hmm.
And we no longer need a handout to do the things that we do because we so creative we can get around them.
Absolutely.
So we can no longer sit around and play the victim no more. We can't sit around and say, we had 3,000 years in slavery and, we're out 40 acres and a mule. We can't play that card no more. Mm-hmm. Because I'm going to say again, right now, if you turn on TV, we got rich ass 21 years. Look at the little young boy that just died the other day.
Right.
Little Juice WRLD. We got young, 21-year-old, filthy rich millionaires. We can no longer play the race. Right now, we have between the NBA, the NFL, and rap music, we have more young black millionaires than ever. How can we play the victim? When there's people out there 21, 22, 23 ain't gonna never know what it's like to struggle. They got free money. They didn't work hard. All they did was rap, sing some songs, was in the right place at the right time, all types of different shit. And they're filthy.
I mean, you know,
How can we play the victim? We can no longer.
that's cool, but I mean, it's like, you know, if a group of us are starving like shit, but, you know, a couple of us are fatter than a motherfucker, that don't mean that we arrive, but, you know, you see possibilities.
No, we haven't arrived, but what I'm saying to you is what it shows you is we had the first black president.
There's possibilities.
That shows you that we could be anything. They told us we would never be president. We was president.
Because they allowed it. You know what I mean? Once again, it's still a cap on certain things, and a lot of times because, you know, like your kid, you probably gave this nigga, like, you let him drink like 1 hug a day. When you give him like 2.5 hugs, he feel like he arrived. Like, no, like you still can have more.
No,
but
see, let's keep it
I'm
funky.
capping you
no
here.
president has, like, see, that's where people think because you are the president, they feel like anything that you say go.
No, I know that. I know better than
the
that.
The president does not have the right to do whatever the
It's
fuck
not a
he feel
dictatorship.
like. You know what I'm saying? Everything he does has to be voted on.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't have the majority vote, then it doesn't work. And I don't care what he's trying to do. So, yeah, he wanted to do a lot of stuff, but without the majority vote, it couldn't get done.
I believe
But what I say to us as the people is, yes, I know we've had things going wrong. I know we had a lot of things go against us. But what I'm saying is us as the most innovative race in the world. Like you say, nothing sell unless we wear it. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Timberland was a shoe company. They were for lumberjacks. Timberland didn't sell as many boots till we start wearing that shit. Till we thought that it was popular and it was the fad.
Exactly.
Nautica is yachting wear. We don't boat shit. We don't own a boat. But Nautica didn't start selling crazy till we start buying it.
That's real.
Polo is polo gear. We don't own a fucking horse. But we keep polo
They say
busy.
the black dollar's in the trillions.
So let me tell you something. The black dollar is the most powerful dollar in America. Mm-hmm. It don't sell unless we like it. Mm-hmm. When we like it, we buy it, you do good. We done with you, we don't mess with you, you don't sell. Period. That's it in a nutshell. So I'm going to say again, where do you think all this money is coming from? We got money. We not broke. Period. We're not broke at all. We spend money on everything we want to do. Look at Instagram.
Yeah.
Here's a lot of the people on Instagram faking, but everybody ain't faking. We taking trips every week. Mm-hmm. We buying new cars. Niggas getting new houses. They getting their shit remodeled. They in the Gucci store. They in the Louis store. They got on red bottoms, black bottoms, blue bottoms. People find money to do whatever it is they want to do. We can no longer sit around and act like we the victim. Oh, the man got his foot on my neck and you got on red bottoms. Well, shit, his foot couldn't go so far. You got on $1,500 shoes. You don't even have a job. How far could the man's foot be on your neck? You got a BMW. You live in your mama's basement. How far could the man's foot be on your neck? See, us as black people, we use other people as excuses when we don't want to get up and do the shit that we know we supposed to do. Because I don't give a fuck about the white man. I'm going to keep it funky. Ain't nobody going to hold me back for what I feel like I deserve and I'm going to work for. That's why you work for what you want. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy. And I ain't saying nobody going to open no motherfucking doors for you. Sometimes you just got to kick them motherfuckers open. Mm-hmm. You don't wait for nobody to open the door for you. You kick that shit down and be like, I have arrived. You think niggas want to sit in meetings with Jay-Z? Knowing where he came from and what he did to get money. But he here now. That was the past. Have arrived. And if you want to do this, you got to sit down in a meeting with me. The black boy that you don't respect. The black boy that you don't love. But you can't get your business done unless you sit down in a meeting with me. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you don't need them.
Right.
You don't always need them. Right. Look at Tyler Perry. He got tired of taking them shows to different networks and they was going against him and didn't want to give him the money that he deserved. So what did he do? Buy his own fucking studio. Now damn near everything in Atlanta is done where? At the Tyler Perry Stadium. Still that man he bought a naval base. They like he can't get the buildings up fast enough. People trying to come do it. You don't gotta go through them. Sometimes you open your own doors.
That's right.
Open your own doors. You can no longer sit and say what they did to us. We do what we want right now. We building companies. We nurses. We doctors. God damn it, we the president and the first lady. We can do what we want. What can they do? We ain't gotta go for that no more. And I'm gonna say again, black people, we just gotta take responsibility for us. We love us. We love each other. I'm gonna tell you, we gotta have more brotherly and sisterly love for each other. We gotta help each other out a little bit more. And we just gotta go for ours and stop being around all these people who keep telling y'all we can't have what we want. We can have anything we want if we willing to work for it. And it ain't no age limit for it. You know, I used to always be like I ain't even gonna lie. I'm quick on that rapper shit. When I start seeing them rappers and they 40 and all this stuff, and they talking about, yeah, I'm coming out with an album next week, I be like, nigga, get that shit up. But I'm even off of that now. If you feel like you could be a 40-year-old rapper, then I believe you could be a 40-year-old rapper too. And when the fuck I hear you sing a fucking song that I like, I'm gonna be cheering for that motherfucker just like anybody else. And I ain't gonna be like, oh no, he a 40-year-old rapper. I'm just be like, that's a rapper with some good music. We gotta stop putting labels and, you know what I mean, restrictions on people. I don't care what you want to be. You can want to be a 70-year-old go-go dancer. I'm with you. I'll take you down the store and help you pick out your G-string. God damn it. Because I'm for my people. I'm no longer, I'm going to keep it funky. We live and we learn. And I'm going to say again, we all got to know our faults. And I'm telling you, I be quick to be like, man, that nigga old as shit. I figure if you pass 30 and you ain't at least broke into the rap game, then get that shit up. And that's just real talk. So in other news, I'm going to talk about some more shit that we got going on, and you tell me what you think about this. So we want to send a RIP to the little young guy, Juice WRLD. Yeah. His name was Jared Anthony Higgins. So pretty much on Sunday morning, he was on an airplane, and the airplane landed. They say he was walking through the airport. He fell out in the airport. And I'm not sure if he died there. I think they said he passed away there. They took him to the hospital, tried to revive him. It was a little bit too late.
Right.
So they said he landed in a private jet.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm not sure at what point they said the police went onto the plane, which was pretty much, I don't know, after he got off and he fell out and then they just ran up on the plane or whatever. But they said they seized 70 pounds of weed.
Yeah, I seen it.
3 guns and some promethazine with codeine. A little bit of that schnapp.
Right.
For all you good people, you know, y'all new niggas call it that lean. You know what I mean? A little lean. So what's killing me, right, for one, we was just having a conversation about this. For one, like, it's more what we said our children are marketed to. A lot of our children learn what Molly's and Percocet and lean is from these rap songs.
Exactly.
So you rappers got to start doing a little bit better and take more responsibility in the music that you put out here, because there is a bunch of people listening to y'all. And, you know, he was a kid who also said that he learned about the promethazine from, I think, allegedly listening to Future songs and this, that, and that other. So, for one, that's one of the issues that need to be dealt with, is the fact that our kids is being marketed with all these drugs and that shit is too easy to get. That's one. But where I see on the plane, he got a bunch of little young niggas with him. But I'm like, at what point? Before I get into that, let me say this. You fucking rappers, you need to get some better friends. That's for one. Stop getting these motherfuckers around y'all who keep telling y'all everything y'all want to do is the shit. Start hanging with your uncle, your mama, brother.
Right.
For real. Somebody that's going to tell you the fucking truth. Right. A nigga who been cussing you out all your life. So when you get this money and you start doing some dumb shit, you got somebody who going to check you from the rip. Let me tell you where an uncle, your mama, brother, would have helped out in a situation like this. If you are a rapper, you the bag, we the entourage. At what point ain't one motherfucker in that entourage smart enough to be like, hey, listen, you the nigga with the bag. Ain't no fucking way in hell we about to put 70 pounds of weed on the airplane with the nigga with the bag.
Exactly.
And if we got enough bags to buy 70 pounds of weed, we could damn sure play to get another flight to transport this shit over on, because I damn sure ain't gonna have that shit on the plane with me.
Exactly.
That's drug dealing one-on-one. Once you get over a certain amount of shit that you copping, you don't travel with your shit.
I wonder how that
You travel in the car in front of it, you travel in the car behind it, you travel in the car on the side, but you most definitely don't travel in the car with the shit. So you mean to tell me you got on a jet motherfucking plane but 70 pounds of marijuana, not regular old Reggie marijuana. We talking about that good exotic marijuana. $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a pound marijuana. You got 70 pounds of this good funky shit. 1 pound of some Zodic will fuck your whole house up. You got 70 pounds of this shit on a low ass jet. I know this plane was funky as shit. They wasn't even looking for marijuana. When they got on that motherfucker, they just smelt it. But I'm going to say again, at what point is one person on that plane smart enough to be like, look, dude, you getting too much money to be riding around with 70 pounds of reefer on the plane? Stop. You rappers, you got to get some better friends. How did nobody tell him that you ain't supposed to put 70 planes on the pound with us? We can ship this shit.
Exactly.
We can pay a nigga to drive it. We can do a whole lot of different stuff, but we sure enough can't put it on the plane with us. I ain't even the chick with the bag, but I'm smart enough to tell whoever got the bag, listen here, if the weed go on the plane with us, this one trip I'm going to have to stay home for. Because here go the twist. You know, like I know, when you're in a little entourage, the entourage got to take the case. Because the dude with the bag can't take the case. That's what they did to Michael Vick, and that's why they all fell. See, if the little dude who had got caught with the little ounce of weed in front of the club would have just took his ounce of weed case, they'd have all been eating still right now. But because he couldn't take the case, he went back, snitched on Mike, got the whole ring, now none of them got no money. So you know, like I know, in the entourage, somebody in the entourage got to take the case, and it ain't gonna be me. I'm not taking a 70-pound exotic case, and you the one with all the money. If you wasn't smart enough not to put it on the plane, then my friend, you definitely gonna have to be the one to take this case, or one of the other entourage members gonna have to take it for you. But I'm going to say again, it won't be me. Y'all rappers got to be smarter than that. If you got millions of dollars, you out doing shows for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you little niggas can afford to charter a jet plane, why you riding around with, like, listen, I know a lot of people, and I also know some people who can smoke a lot of reefer. But I don't know nobody who can smoke 70 pounds of reefer. So why did you have that much weed with you? I know, like, you know, little young rappers, they carry the bags with the book bag, 350,000 in the book, because they like to show people they got it. Who the fuck you gonna show you got 70 pounds of weed to? Ain't that much smoking. You must have been about to have a hell of a party.
I mean, it's possible.
And where was you going that you was gonna be there long enough to smoke 70 pounds of reefer?
They might have been moving from here to there. I mean, it's his own jetty chartering, so, you know, that's probably like these little stash.
Well, shit, apparently it wasn't, because y'all know they said it was the pilot who snitched.
I know.
That he had guns on the plane.
I know. I mean, just because that's your pilot don't mean he ain't no fucking snitch. I mean,
so actually, that wasn't his plane. He was just chartering a plane.
Well, yeah.
Because when it's your plane and you pay the pilot ain't gonna say shit because he's getting paid not to.
Right.
But when he worked for when he worked for a private company,
Exactly.
You know, and he gonna get paid regardless. He telling on your ass, because I'm gonna say again, he's smart enough not to go down for your shit. He like, fuck that. I'm telling, they got guns, because if we get pulled over, I'm not taking a fucking case for these rappers. I don't know these little motherfuckers. That's the same shit I'm saying about the reefer.
This is what I don't understand. I mean, I know a lot of shit is like speculation and rumors, but they was saying, like, you know, when he found out that the police was gonna, you know, be searching the plane and everything, he swallowed a bunch of pills.
That I don't believe, because I'm gonna say again, it was about 6-7 other motherfuckers on the plane with him.
Yeah, that don't make
so
sense.
If somebody was gonna swallow some pills, it would be you niggas, and it was enough of y'all to break these motherfuckers down that I didn't have to take enough to OD with them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That shit don't make
If it's
sense.
6 of us and I got 20 pills, you know what I mean? We all take 2 or 3 of them, we cool. I'm not gonna take all 20. Listen, we all gonna have to get high tonight. I know y'all don't normally do this, but y'all gonna pop these motherfucking pills today. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. I'm not gonna take 20. We can break these shit down or flush them down the fucking toilet if we knew they was coming.
With 70 pounds of weed, I'm not swallowing shit. Whatever we
Right,
got,
here go
we
the twist. It was easier to flush the 20 pounds, the pills down the fucking toilet than to take them. So I don't believe that. What I do believe is because, like, he already had problems with drug addiction. And, you know, because he had put up a post before on Twitter to his girlfriend when he was saying sorry, you know, about the things that he was doing and that he was addicted to opioids and stuff like that. So I don't think that he tried to take pills to to, alleviate him being caught. I just think he was already peeled up and fucked up, and it just kicked in once he landed. See, people don't realize when you fly at a certain altitude, it do things to your heart.
It do.
You know what I mean? People have seizures and stuff, and a lot of the people that have seizures, be people who on service. They're like Lil Wayne and Rick Ross, and you know what I mean? So you got to think them pills ain't really conducive to a good heart rate when you flying over a certain altitude. So I think that plays a lot of part on that when you taking the pills and they don't realize it. So, I don't think he tried to OD to keep from the cops.
That's stupid.
Because I'd have just stepped on him and
fuck.
You know what I'm saying? Step on him shit, blow him across the floor. I'm not ODing off no pills that I can step on and kick off the plane.
Right.
Or crush up and flush down the toilet or run down the sink. That don't make no sense. So, sometimes I know they put out a lot of rumors, but you got to just think some shit just don't make sense.
Exactly.
I'm going to say again, it was too easy to divide them Jones down 2 apiece, no release. And I'm not just taking 20. And there's 8 other people on the plane. Shit, we all fitting to be high. I'm going to say that again.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you something. Did you see Lizzo at the Lakers game?
Yeah, her backside.
What do you think about that?
I think my eyeball shouldn't have been in my head that day, but outside of that,
Like I'm kind of torn with it because like I'm all for. She's still young, she's a young girl. She ain't that old, so I'm all for giving the world your ass to kiss at some point. But and I'm all for you being a heavy girl and being secure with your body and not being ashamed of your weight and all that. But even if you was a skinny girl, I wouldn't have wanted to see your ass in a thong at the Lakers game. That was just too much for me. So I'm kind of torn because I'm like, okay, bitch, you shouldn't be at the Lakers game with a thong with your whole ass out. Like, what was you going for with that outfit? Like, and I like Lizzo, I do, but I'm just trying to figure out what was she going for with that particular outfit? Like, wasn't the one. Like,
me speaking for the men, certain women can get away with that, but not her.
I was about to say, was it sexy to you?
No, that's what I'm saying. For me, she can't get away, but I'm not into that in particular. So it might have been some guys out there that might have been drooling over their television.
Right. I mean, like I'm gonna say again, I'm all for the kiss my ass, like, cause it take a lot of balls to put your ass out at courtside at the Lakers game. So at that point, I'm not really mad at her. Like, it's actually kind of funny to me.
It wasn't seductive. At all.
But that's my thing is just like, I'm a person, I always feel like you should be a lady at all times. And even though that you are, I love the fact that you're a plus size woman and that you're very secure with yourself and your body and all that. I love that. But as women, I try to explain to people, you don't always have to have your ass out to prove that you somebody. You could have made that same statement in a pair of sweats, in a sweatsuit or, some tights so I'm never for us as women feeling like we got to exploit ourselves to make a statement. Because we are so powerful as it is, certain shit we just don't have to do. Yeah. And I know sex sells, so, at some point, that's how she sell her records, and, that would make her who she is.
So like, on some real, like, you think that she's selling sex?
No, I'm not saying it. Well, yeah, because I'm going to say again, it's men out there that like big girls.
And it's selling?
Yeah, because there's men out there who like big girls. What they call that shit, BBW?
Yeah, but are these men buying and listening to her music?
Listen, somebody is buying that shit. Do you know she just got more Grammy nominations than anybody?
No, I know that. I'm just saying I don't think that it's coming from anything sexy. I think people like her music.
No, it's not that. I'm gonna tell you I
think people like her music.
She make good music, but what she represents is a big girl who typically when you see a lot of big girls, like typically they market a certain size woman in the industry. You got to be a certain size, a certain height,
you do.
A certain age.
You do.
So here comes this girl who's black, heavy set, all right looking. She don't give a fuck about her size, her weight. She ain't shaming her body. She don't have low self-esteem. She don't give a fuck what y'all think about her.
Until she Monique. Get skinny and shit. I'm not hearing that shit. You hear all that shit Monique was talking all them years about skinny bitches. Next thing you know, she's
but Monique
skinny
not
as fuck.
skinny. She just smaller.
But I'm just saying,
Monique will never
be talking
be
all of that
skinny.
shit, but they be wanting to be skinny. They just say that because
let me tell you what it is. It's not that people want to be skinny. Here go it is.
She wanna be
As
skinny.
women, we go through body changes, and if you are a certain size person, you typically stay that size. Monique, what it is when you are I don't know about you men, but as women, when you get to a certain age, it get harder to carry that shit around.
We don't want these guts. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to have
No,
guts.
but what I'm saying, at her age and the weight that she was, it wasn't, I'm going to say again, conducive to her health. And I'm going to say again, like me, I'm a 5'1", right? Mm-hmm. Now, my original weight was like 144 pounds, roughly.
Okay.
That's my comfortable, flat stomach. This was all my life, my weight.
Okay.
So I gained all this weight, and I couldn't even tell you how much I weigh now. But what I know is it's over 144 pounds.
What I know is you're
And
not
my
fat
God,
as shit neither. Like,
I'm not fat as shit, but
You're
what
not.
I am is I'm too heavy for my weight. And I know that because the more weight I had put on, my fucking knees start hurting. You know, you don't get out of bed like you used to. So sometimes the weight is not conducive to your health. So I don't think Monique wanted to be skinny. She just didn't want to have that much weight. Because even if you see her now, she just looks skinny to you because she's not as heavy as she was. But she ain't skinny. Monique's still like a size 12, 14.
I mean,
But
no,
it looks
she's
small.
not big as shit neither, though. Like,
But it
yeah.
looks small when you came from a size 28.
Yeah, hell to the hell, yeah.
So
Yeah.
she's still a nice size, but you know what I'm saying? And that was part of her. She was a comedian. That was part of her rigmarole, was to make herself feel comfortable and other big girls feel comfortable because that was her audience.
I respect
See,
the
you appeal
confidence,
to
but
a
some people be
certain-
lying
to
to
a certain
themselves,
audience.
man. Like, you know, like that old saying, never let them see you sweat. Some
So
people.
let me ask you something. Do you want to be skinny?
Do I want to be skinny? I don't want to be fucking fat.
No, but I'm saying do you want to be skinny. It's a difference between the
I tell you, I want to be ripped. I don't want to be like, you know, small, like scrawny.
So right.
I don't
want
wanna be scrawny.
So if you went to the gym, start working out, got ripped as shit, but in the process you lost a lot of weight and got skinnier. Then somebody say, "Oh, you wanted to be skinny." You didn't. It just sometimes it happens.
I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. I mean, they would be partially right because I damn sure wanted to lose this gut. I'm not out
Right,
here
so
frauding.
that's what
I'm not
it
out
is.
here showing my gut and shit, acting like I'm proud of this piece of shit. Like, you know what I'm
that's what it
saying?
is with her.
People be out here frauding. No, they not. They really. Or look, they feel some type of way, but they not gonna let you know that and let you allow them to feel even more some type of way. So they put up what you call, well, for us it's like a false bravado. But a lot of times, man, they don't.
It's not that. You know
They don't
what?
really feel that
Sometimes
way, man.
It's a coping mechanism.
They don't really feel that way,
because
man.
let's keep it funky. When you a fat little girl coming up, people pick on you.
Exactly.
They make fun of you.
Exactly.
So you build up a coping mechanism, whereas though you make fun of being fat because one thing about it, Monique never act like she wasn't fat. That's why I liked her because she knew she was
Exactly.
a
You're not
big girl.
invisible. We see you.
But people don't always have to deal with their issues. She dealt with it. She knew she wasn't a big little girl, and she didn't. And she let it be known, like, yeah, I am fat, but I'm comfortable in being fat. Like, see, one thing about you got to be comfortable with you, no matter what you are. If you skinny, you got to be comfortable being skinny. And if you heavy, you got to be comfortable with being heavy. If I'm this way now and I'm comfortable with me and I lose 100 pounds, even though I
disagree.
want to lose it, I'm still gonna be comfortable.
Because what if I'm a bum? I should be comfortable with being a bum. It's just some things in life you just can't be comfortable with being just because you are. And some people are fucking bums, whether you talk about mentality or whatever. But you need to get out of that
that's
shit.
right.
You gonna be comfortable in this shit?
You
Like you
right.
said, for her, she had to get her health right. That might have been what it was. So your comfortable ass could die being comfortable. So it's time for you to get your shit together. Don't go out here putting on this false fucking I mean, you do love yourself, but you obviously do love yourself because you did what it takes. So you don't, you know what I
Here's the
mean?
funny part. Some people homeless by choice. So some homeless people love the fact that they homeless and they comfortable. Because they go to twist a person who homeless ain't got no bills.
I know.
They no responsibilities and nothing.
I talked to a couple of
Some
them.
people are comfortable being homeless. So like you say, it don't matter what you are as long as you comfortable in it. Damn how somebody else feel about it.
I guess.
You gotta live with it.
Yeah.
So for so long she lived with that and she was like, she didn't hide, she
Yeah.
didn't, so I just felt like she was comfortable, but at some age, I would say again, it just wasn't conducive to her well-being to be that heavy, and she came down a couple pounds.
I mean, I'm just saying, if you about that fat life, stay fucking committed. Like, you know what I mean? Die fat, nigga. Fuck out of here. Yeah, I mean, now all of a sudden you care and shit. I'm not hearing that shit, dog. Yeah, I mean, I'm tired of niggas switching up. Like, if you about
Make a
that
choice.
life, you about that life.
Make
Die
a choice.
fat.
Make a choice.
Yeah, die fat. Fuck out of here. Like, you know what I mean? Y'all not real. You know what I'm saying? You're like, that's that choice shit. You know what I mean? Like, no, I can't rock with that.
Good people, good people. Let me introduce y'all to the mad rapper.
I'm just saying, if you bought that life, you bought that life. Don't be proud of it one day. Then the next thing I hear, you getting your fucking stomach and shit pumped. No,
Now, I
like,
don't.
no.
That I don't like. Like I'm a
You know
firm
what I'm
believer.
saying?
If you gonna lose weight, lose it the next.
Exactly.
Day. I ain't really into all that tummy tuck. But listen, you can want to lose weight. I just feel like you should work to get it. Like I don't think you can't cheat your way through life. So I just feel like the tummy tuck and the ass lift and all that shit is cheating.
I ain't gonna lie, I disagree. You can cheat your way through life because the person that's on top right now cheated like a motherfucker.
Who?
The man that went and got free labor but called us lazy. We did all the fucking work building everything, but we like the cheaters are the ones on top. See, this is the thing. The people that break the law tell you not to break the law. The laws are for you, not for them. The laws are for you because as long as you follow the law and they cheating, they getting ahead more. That's the thing. The game is about cheating. All of this docile, follow the rules bullshit. That's why the fuck we losing. All of this, I mean, cause I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not religious. I know, some people get crazy about that, but I feel like that was another one of our downfalls. They tell you to love your enemy. Your enemy is busy fucking raping your goddamn wife and killing your children and separating them. But you gonna go to church the next day and forgive them and tell God da. You kiss my ass. We going to war out here. You know what I mean? That's the type of nigga I am. That's what I'm about.
And that's a little comment from the Brad rapper.
That's what the fuck I'm
He's
about.
over there going off.
Yes. Yeah.
He mad at fat bitches.
I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? You bought that life, you bought that life. You don't tell me you
He
proud
said
of
if
some
you
shit
fat,
to change up.
don't lose weight. He said be committed to being fat.
If you proud of being fat,
if
stay
you
the
fat
fuck
at
fat.
30, you better die fat. You
Stay
better
the
not
fuck
lose
fat.
a pound.
You happy ass. You happy fat? Stay the fuck fat then. You know what I mean?
He mad at Monique because she lost some weight.
No, I ain't mad at her. She played Precious Mom. She did a good ass job playing her. Though. That was one of my favorite parts with her.
He is funny. You gonna be mad at Monique though. He said, "Don't you lose no weight. You better stay the size you were." That's some funny shit. You get on my nerves. But like I said, I'm cool I'm good for all the confidence and all that. Like even with her, she was a big girl, but she didn't feel the need to have to show her ass to.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
She let her comedy speak for herself.
Yeah.
Like I think Lizzo is talented enough that with her songs and what she brings to the industry will speak for itself without her doing all the shenanigans.
And I agree. Even though it came out in a fucked up way, that's kind of what I was saying. It's like I was kind of dissing but complimenting her at the same time because I really don't believe sex has anything to do with her success. I don't see. I mean, I didn't get a hard on from what I seen.
No, it's not that it's sex. What it is that
I think she's just talented.
If you peep everything that she does, she's always in like lingerie. She's in this, she's in that, and it's like why you don't have to be because they just put her on one of the covers of one of these magazines in this dress, and I mean she looked it so nice, and I'm like, damn, that's how you supposed to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you supposed to kill him. Like you know what I'm saying, like. They run around doing all this Me Too shit, Me Too shit, Me Too this, but I'm a firm believer that you get what you put out.
Right.
So, if you running around with a thong on and your ass out and a bunch of niggas start smacking you on the ass, yeah, I know you should be able to walk around the way you want to walk and they shouldn't touch you, but why entice it? Why invite them?
I personally believe, honestly.
People treat you the way you act.
I feel like the labels because, I've been in the background in a lot of, music and what have you, and the thing is, a lot of that shit be on some WWE shit, man. They be setting things up, for people to talk about, and
they do. More controversy sells.
Unfortunately, when it comes to women, they always exploit y'all and y'all bodies.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Do. Like they all. So,
but it's the woman because some women are unexploitable, like
Queen Latifah.
MC Light.
Absolutely.
Some women you just couldn't exploit.
Exactly.
And then some women come in the game being exploited because they come to the industry like, listen, look, I don't wear no clothes, and this is how you can market me. You know what I'm saying? But, I do think that's always been a problem, which I think why that Me Too shit lasted so long. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to say again, if you walk around with your ass out, then excuse the fuck out of somebody for assuming they can touch it. Because apparently you want something. I'm not going to say that because I'm a woman. And but I just, as a woman, always feel like I'm never going to put myself in a situation that purposely, like we all don't know what situation we get into accidentally. But me as a woman, I personally ain't going to put myself in no predicament to have nobody disrespect me and then wonder why I'm being disrespected. Like case in point. I know put it this way. It was a little girl on the corner, right?
Mm-hmm.
3 o'clock in the morning. A nigga rides up. He say something to her. Make the long story short, a big ordeal transpires from it. They get in an argument. So the girl says, well, that's my daughter. You a grown-ass man. You shouldn't have said nothing to my daughter.
Exactly.
The man says, well, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Your daughter out here with some booty shorts on and a tank top. Excuse the fuck out of me for thinking she was grown. So if your daughter outside at grown hours dressed like a fucking grown up on the corner like she grown, and then a grown man say something to her, you can't fault him for that.
That's real.
The problem extend that Joe Black ass let your daughter be the fuck outside 3 o'clock in the morning underage with some grown ass clothes on. So what do you play your part in what the fuck is going on? Y'all gotta stop letting y'all children dress like grown ass women, because being harassed don't mean saying something to you. A person can say what the fuck they want. Now, once you say, hey, listen, mister, I'm a kid, then they supposed to go about their business.
Exactly.
Or if you say, hey, look, buddy, I'm not for that, then they supposed to go about their business. But they always gonna say something first. That's not harassment. Harassment is saying something repeatedly after I told you I didn't appreciate you doing it. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But a person always gonna say something. You got your ass out and I walk up and I say, why you got your ass out? You can't be mad.
Right.
Because if you got your ass out, apparently you wanted somebody to say something, because that's not the norm. And that's just with any situation. So when you put yourself in certain situations and expect certain things to happen, me personally, I try not to put myself in nothing that's going to come back and look a little crazy, especially with your kids. Keep your kids off the corner in booty shorts when they 14 and 15 and 16 years old, and expect grown-ass men not to say nothing to them, because only grown-ass, prowling ass, like, who the fuck do you think is out 3 o'clock at night? Like, married men home with their wife. Working men home getting ready for work in the morning. 3 o'clock in the morning, ain't nobody out but drunks, niggas that just peeled in from the club. A nigga looking for a little action.
Right.
Ain't there been so many people outside? You know, what your mom used to tell you little, ain't nothing open after 12 o'clock with 7-Eleven and legs. You know what I'm saying? That is real talk. Shit.
Yeah, that's real.
So, you know, you got to be more, you know, let's say you got to be better parents. You got to be on top of your children more, especially now that they running around. Did y'all hear the story about they running around just kidnapping people with the sex trade shit?
Yeah.
That sex trafficking shit? Did y'all hear about that?
Yeah.
And they said that shit is live in Philly. And they said it's like hundreds of thousands of black girls that went missing, and nobody has said anything about it.
They connected.
Now, y'all talking about a fucking opioid addiction.
They saying that they like.
Why y'all not talking
on the
about
black
this?
Market.
Well, they said, first of all, they saying that they selling organs. That's one. Well, we already knew that the market for, like, what was that movie Repo where they was running around selling people organs? Like, that's some real shit.
Right.
And they like that organ business is a good business.
Hell yeah.
So if any of you niggas got any kidneys y'all want to sell, hit me up. You know, I'm gonna get you top dollar for 'em. But, you know, that's big business. But not only that, the sex trafficking game is a big business, too. They, like, people running around. You know how back in the day, like, people would come up and they would sell the Muslim oils and all that and be trying to rub oils on your arm. They, like, nowadays, they use it, like, old ladies in wheelchairs and stuff, like, acting like they selling stuff and they putting this stuff on your arm. And they said by the time you get to your car, this shit knock you out and they just throwing you in the cars.
Damn.
See, one thing about me, I got sensitive skin, so I never let nobody put nothing on me.
Right.
Don't spray none of that bullshit perfume y'all spraying and misting in the air. I'ma duck that. No, you can't roll none of your toilet water on my arm. I'm cool off all that. So the only way you gonna get me if you walk up and jig me in the neck with a needle or something.
Right.
Cause you damn sure ain't gonna roll no bullshit across my arm.
They gotta hit you with the motherfucking chloroform.
You know,
and shit.
motherfuckers don't even barely wash their ass. Somebody talk about, you want a shot of this perfume? They talking about, yeah, you go ahead, dummy. You ain't wash your butt, but you want somebody to roll some damn kiss me when I ain't looking across your arm.
That's some CSI shit. I ain't never heard of
Yeah,
Muslim oil
listen,
knockout. Like, that's some new shit.
They rubbing the oils on people's arm, and then they say by the time you get to your car, it just...
I ain't gonna hold you.
And
I
niggas
might have
slide
to
up
grab
there.
some of that shit. Like, fuck that.
You try to knock a couple people out?
Nigga, look, I ain't know it was like that. That's some shit. Like, walk past him, motherfucker. Yeah, I mean, hit him with a little bit of Amber White. Rub a little Amber White across their fucking face. Like, nigga, it's on. Yeah, I mean, beef is real.
Slide up on somebody. This that new Ichi Miyake, boo.
Yeah, exactly. Silent killer out this job.
So, but that's, I mean, we making fun of that, y'all, but that's really not a light situation. Like,
No,
they
it's
really,
not. It's
and
not.
I need to look it up. And when I tell you the amount of black kids that they say are missing, like black young girls alone,
Right.
they said it was like 100,000, some shit, like a crazy number that they said are just missing. And nobody, like, how all them women go missing, all them kids just go missing,
This shit's spooky.
and nobody looking for them. Like, who are they parents? You know, when you was a kid, you couldn't come home 2 hours late without your mom having your whole family walk in the neighborhood looking for you. How could you be missing for months and nobody come looking for you? Y'all better start looking for y'all children. Listen, let me tell you something. If my son take an hour to get back from the store, I'm calling the FBI.
Man, it's some
Y'all can
kids
call
out
off the
there,
search when y'all
parents
find
don't
them.
even
I'm not
acknowledge
waiting. Fuck all that 24. I'm not waiting 24 hours. My people don't come home and listen. You an hour late from work. I done already dialed the 9 and the 1. When you walk through the door, I'm like this on the 1. I'm not waiting on my peoples to not come home. I'm calling now. We'll figure that shit out later. I'm calling ASAP. Help me find them. I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting till tomorrow. I ain't waiting till Tuesday. I'm not waiting for 24 hours. Well, look, I'm going to call you now. You wait for 24 hours, and we going to look for them until you kick in.
Right.
We going to put these posters out. We knocking on people's doors. We going to people's houses. We digging up anything that look disturbed. You know what I'm saying?
I
We
believe the
popping
parents
trunks.
are putting it out there, or at least some family members are putting it out there. The thing is, like, it's not really getting strong
It's
media
not,
coverage.
yeah, that's what it is. It's not.
You know what I mean?
I say that, but
they post it on the Facebook and stuff like that and say, please make this viral. Like, you see that shit all the time, but it's not getting strong media coverage.
it's not. But I'm going to tell you again, as black people, we very strong and we very powerful. And we find a way to do everything it is that we want to do. I'm going to say again, I've never been on TV. I can't act. I can't dance. All I can do is talk shit and tell y'all the truth. Right. I found a way to bring y'all a media platform just so I can sit here and talk all the shit in the world. And as you can see from all these motherfucking green buttons that been lighting up since we've been on here, apparently people like it.
Yeah.
So if I can find a way to set up a platform to be able to come to y'all and just tell y'all a bunch of BS, some good shit sometimes, with a lot of bullshit, a lot of shenanigans, a lot of jokes, a lot of dumb shit, a lot of all that. I can find a platform to tell y'all that my kid missing. If my child was missing, the next 452 shows be Bring My Baby Back Home.
Right, real shit.
His name is this. He looked like this. He was wearing this. He got braids. He's short. He paper sack tan. He ain't light skinned, he ain't dark skinned. He paper sack tan, he in the middle. He wear cornrows, he got a mustache. His beard don't grow. This shit stop right here. Oh, I'd give it up. And every day.
Right.
He like to wear a lot of colors.
His beard don't grow.
He might be going by the name Ricardo. He look a little Puerto Rican poppy-ish. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
listen, come on, every show.
real.
Y'all be like, listen, we tired of going on the show. I understand her son missing, but I'm tired of this bitch crying. She been crying for the last 422 shows. She don't talk about shit. She don't report the news no more. She don't tell jokes and be talking shit about people no more. All she talking about is her missing ass son.
But they know about it, though.
But they know about it.
They fucking
So ain't
know
no
about
fucking
it.
way hell you talking about your kid missing. Let me tell you something. Y'all my peoples, y'all watch, y'all listen, y'all know. If y'all kids was fucking missing, could y'all find them? Y'all can repost all the dumb ass sayings in America. Y'all can repost when the kid missing. Hey, you seen little Johnny? Fuck you mean? Johnny ain't been the fuck home.
Right.
I'm looking for him. And when your kid really missing, you got enough immediate people to post shit like that.
Yeah.
That you don't need a bunch of strangers.
Exactly.
My shit ain't popping. I got all right. Let's say just on my Facebook, I got what? 2,000, 3,000, a bunch of 2,000, 2,500 people that's following me. I got like another 500 people just sitting there waiting.
Mm-hmm.
But let's keep it funky. If my son was missing, I got enough followers on my page to be like, hey, listen, this is my son. He missing. I need y'all to repost it. Just if the 2,500 people that I was cool with posted it, it would get enough media attention.
Right.
And when I asked them, I would ask them, could y'all at least post this twice a day for the next week? 3 times a day for the next week. And then when next week came, I tried all over again. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is appeal to the people. But it's like you just don't stop.
Exactly.
But I'm gonna say again, with just the people we know, because I might know 2,500 people, you might have 5,000 people on yours. He might have 5,000, and they might not always be the same people. So we reaching the masses of the people, even if we know we didn't want to. So I'm gonna say again, we just gotta use the media attention for what it is. Like you say, look how many people go rich off Facebook and YouTube. You got a YouTube account, put that shit up on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
People is getting famous off YouTube. You know how many YouTube millionaires it is? Yeah. You know how many people really eating off that YouTube shit?
Yeah.
Getting endorsement deals and really eating.
Definitely doing well for themselves.
Like me personally, like my YouTube ain't shit. I post a bunch of bullshit on my page. Y'all can go to the business show, follow my YouTube page. I got a bunch of dumb shit, fights, basketball games, don't nobody score. Fights, don't nobody win. Dumb shit. You go on my page, you be like, what the fuck?
You might need to start putting up some of the clips on your show.
Yeah, the clips on there. I got the shows on there. Y'all go there, you see the shows, me talking a lot of shit. Yeah, my YouTube page ain't shit. Y'all like it though. I'm gonna keep it funky. I'm not the average. Like me, I like shenanigans. So I always put anything that's around me got some BS hooked to it somewhere.
Right.
Down the line somehow. You know what I'm saying? It's never going to be all 100% serious. There's always going to be some BS. If you just look hard enough, you're going to uncover this shit. It is. I'm going to keep it funky. Just look. If y'all go on my page, I used to do a drawing. It's called the Champagne Campaign. And I would go in there and just talk shit. I put up a couple shows. Like when I started doing it. And they was like, damn, you need to keep putting that shit up. I'm like, oh, y'all like me talking shit. I just thought I was, blabbing and murmuring because I was in my bag one day.
Right.
But a lot of stuff people like to hear. People like to hear shit that you going through, especially when they can relate to it. Mm-hmm. And you put it in a way to where it's funny and people can deal with it. I'm going to say again, people deal with stuff, in their own way and shit like that.
Right.
So if y'all know anything about me, I'm very heavy on sports. Very heavy. I watch all the sports. So we in the sports pool, and I've been winning the last couple weeks. And they pretty mad because as women, we not supposed to know that much about sports. And I done won so many weeks, at the while they can be like, look, somebody is picking these teams for her because she not supposed to know this shit. But I'm like, I sit here and watch all the games with y'all. How do y'all not think that I know what I'm supposed to know and I be winning? So, in doing this poll shit, I found out that there's a lot of girls that be in the polls, like they office polls, they job, just little certain places. Yeah. So since and a lot of y'all don't be winning. So because I'm a little bit more experienced than a lot of you women, I figured I'd help y'all out sometime from now on, from week to week, as long as the football games are going on, I'd come in and bring my slip and let y'all know my picks for this week on the polls. So, we got the Thursday night game, which is the New York Jets against Baltimore. And we already know Baltimore is the powerhouse, so we're going to pick Baltimore. The Jets stink. So, if this your paper, don't pick the Jets. I'm just saying. It's not going to go good for you. They win a game every here and there. Somebody forgot to tell them that they suck. So, they do win a game here and there. But, for the money, I wouldn't go with them particularly. On Sunday, we got New England against Cincinnati. Cincinnati sucks. Cincinnati suck worse than the Jets suck. Cincinnati have won one game all year. They couldn't beat me if I was playing against them. So we going to go with New England on that game. We got Tampa Bay and Detroit. Detroit is not as bad as Cincinnati, but they're not that good. So we roll with Tampa Bay. So we went against the home team with that. We got Green Bay and the Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears aren't as bad. Shout out to Chicago. They beat Dallas last week, and that's really all I give a shit about is who beat Dallas, because I hate Dallas. Mm-hmm. But this week, I will not be going with you guys. I'm going to go with Green Bay at home. I'm going to take Tennessee at home against Houston. Right now, they're both tied, but Houston is, I think, on a one-game losing streak. Tennessee is on a one-game winning streak. They got the momentum there at home. I'm going to ride with Tennessee. Kansas City and Denver. Now, the week before last, I went with Denver because, as y'all know, my little cousin played for Denver. Shout out to Will Parks. And I won. And then last week, I wanted to go with Denver and didn't, and they won again. I was pissed. Now, this week, they playing Kansas City at home. Our old coach, Big Red, most famous mustache in the NFL. But he's at home, and he's particularly a better team. So I am going to ride with Kansas City against Cousin this week. Cousin, I love you, but I'm going in for the money. Now we got I picked the Giants against Miami. The Giants are at home. Now, the Giants suck. We beat the Giants last week. Somebody forgot to tell them they suck, and they put up a good game against us. I fell asleep, woke up, they had took us into overtime, and we almost lost it. So that lets you know how shitty we are. So, since they almost beat us, and Miami is a piece of shit team, I figured I'd take the Giants against Miami. Now we got Washington, and Washington is the home game. But, of course, hell no, I would not be going with Washington because I am a Philadelphia Eagles fan. So, in a Philadelphia and Washington game, I picked Philadelphia. Seattle and Carolina, I am a Russell Wilson fan. I am on the bandwagon. He is cute as hell. Go fucking Sierra. Good pick. I pick fucking Seattle. I ride with Russell Wilson just because he cute as hell every week. On the Jacksonville at Oakland game, I took Oakland. I took Cleveland against Arizona. I took the Minnesota Vikings against the Chargers. I took the LA Rams against Dallas, but like I said, I would take Temple against Dallas. I can't stand Dallas. I took San Francisco at home to beat Atlanta. I took Pittsburgh at home to beat Buffalo for the upset. For the Indianapolis game against New Orleans, I took New Orleans. So I'm going to say again, those are my picks for this week, which is week 15 of the NFL. So if you are a woman and you in the draft, you will no longer have to guess what teams to pick. You can tune on in, and your girl will tell you what teams to pick. Now, I'm not going to guarantee that you're going to win every week, but you're damn sure going to look real good because you're going to damn sure look like at least you know somewhat of what you're talking about.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay,
So do you follow football?
Actually, I don't watch any sports.
You lying.
I watch boxing. That's the only one I really,
I watch boxing. I watch a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, I never like watching sports more than actually going outside and playing it.
Right, but you don't watch football?
I don't.
You know what? And it's funny because, I don't know what to call this guy now because, like everybody else, we all go through problems. So
Right.
I don't even want to call him my man no more because I'm about to call him that nigga that I'm about to fuck up if he don't get his shit together. You know what I'm saying? I would keep it all the way funky with y'all. But, okay, so the guy that I was in a relationship with for 16 years, he didn't like sports, and I'm like a big sports fanatic. And me and my son are like X-Game people. Like, we snowboard, we paintball, we would do anything. Like, he wanted to skydive, I drive the lawn there. I ain't skydiving, but we pretty much that family.
Yeah.
We skateboard, we hoverboard, we do everything.
Like, I'll do it, but watching it is something different though. Like,
so he never he didn't really that's how he was. He played little sports in high school. So at this point he just didn't give a damn about sports. And then me, I'm a sports fanatic. So I used to always be like, let's go to the game, and he never really gave a shit about the games, and he would never go. So my little cousin, which, like I said, played for Denver, he came here and played Philly, I think, was it last year or the year before? And I went and got tickets, and me, him, and my sister went to the game. Okay. And when I say he had the most fun, so, now he wants to go to the game, and I still don't think he really give a shit about the games, but it's just that, when you go to Eagles game, it's not just a regular game.
Exactly.
You got to go argue with some people, cuss some folks out, throw a little popcorn, might get in a fight on your way home. It's exciting, little outing,
exactly.
It ain't over when the game over, shit, you got to make it home.
Right.
To walk to your car through the parking lot might get crazy.
Right.
If you got the wrong jersey on. So, it's funny when you're in a relationship and the girl is the bigger sports fan than the guy is.
Yeah, that's always been the case for me.
But he would go anywhere with me, so I had to drag him all over. Like, we would go to D.C. just to go see basketball games and, just to have something to do. And he would go with me, but he wasn't really a sports fan. Listen, you never know how much somebody do until you start talking about him. And you be like, he wasn't that bad.
Right.
And I'd drag his ass all over. Be like, you know what, babe? We gonna go to D.C. today and watch the Denver Nuggets or Washington Bullets or whoever was, and that person be like, you don't even like that team. Yeah. But it was just, fuck it, it's something to do.
A lot of times, man, we may not always show it or say it, articulate it, but a lot of times it's just the time probably spent with you.
And you know what it is, because he I'm not gonna say like he never did nothing, cause like he would travel a lot and a lot. But I'm gonna say again, like me and my son are so X game is off the hook. We don't give a shit what we try.
Right.
I think he's never been in a relationship with a person who did as much stuff as I have.
Right.
Like, as I'm gonna say again, we do so much stuff, and a lot of times even like I ain't really doing that shit, but I'm gonna sit here and watch y'all fools do it. You know what I'm saying? So, like he would show up and he would go. And, like a lot of times he just had fun laughing at us because he don't believe the stuff that we would do. Like even when we would snowboard. I would do ski trips every year. And like me, my son, and one of my girlfriends and a friend of mine, like we would be the only people on the whole ski trip with snowboards and real equipment. Like we would get on the ski trip bus looking like we was actually going skiing. And people would look at us like we were strange. Like,
I was just chilling the lodge and shit.
Like we've been going on ski trips 30 years. We ain't never went out. Like where the fuck is y'all going? They be like, black people don't snowboard and ski, and we be like, well, actually we do. Like,
right.
So, we always got that look like, where the fuck y'all going? Like, oh, so y'all really? Like, they think we just carrying this shit. Like, black people, we just always be extra. Like, they ain't doing that shit. They
Got the
just
gear all
carrying it. Right. It's like going to a basketball game. There's always one nigga at the court. They got on all the new gear.
Right.
He got on new Jordans. He got the new Jordan headband. He got the new sleeve that say Jordan up the side. He got the new Mitchell Ness Jordan hoodie. He got the new Nike dry fit shorts that just came out. This nigga can't score 2 points. He can't rebound, he can't pass, he can't throw, he can't even run. But you be like, he the best dressed dude out here.
Right.
I'm telling you, it's always a dude. Come on, it's always one guy at the court. Always look better than everybody else. Let me say again, I'm a sports fanatic. Like I've coached basketball, I've coached youth teams, I've coached adult teams. Like, come on, I mean, I've been out there where dude in the good gear is always the first dude to be picked, and like you pick him once,
right,
and he don't play no more games.
Right.
Cause they picked him like all that shit he got on. Like he got on $40 million worth of sports gear. He better know how to play.
Exactly. Yeah, dress the
He
part
get
like
in
a
the game.
motherfucker.
Yeah, he can't dribble, can't shoot, can't defend, can't block, can't steal. Don't get no assists. You like, you know what? You cute for nothing. Like, let's sit your cute ass on the bench. Go get some water and some Gatorade. Make him the water boy. Would you like some gummy bears? I got some gummy bears over here in the stash.
Yeah, hell yeah, I got the munchies.
Somebody always got the munchies on the show.
Hell yeah.
I got some gummy bears. Here you go. You can have them, tear them up.
Thank you.
Gummy bears ain't like they used to be. They give you a bag with 12 of them for $1. I'm gonna have to spend $15 on gummy bears to get a substantial amount of gummy bears.
Right.
Wait,
Oh, thank you.
I feel some type of way.
Mm.
I got a couple blueberry muffins over here in the corner too. Fat girl shit. And I tell you, we like being fat.
Ain't
But
nothing
we
wrong.
ain't against losing no weight.
I mean, I just know I want to lose the gut. I'm cool on the gut, and I'm tired of people telling me about it. Like I don't see this shit every day. They're like, "You getting fat?" I'm like, "Fuck you." All right, I see it, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm eating a little bit more poppies and shit. I need some home cooked meals. That's
So
all.
what's your ideal weight?
My ideal weight for myself, I would say probably about like $170, $175.
How much do you weigh now?
I weigh 205. I mean, if I tone it out, you know what I mean, I'd be good. You know what I mean? Because I really don't want to be like, I want my grown man weight, but I don't want to look like that. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be cut up.
Well, one thing is you really don't have to lose weight because like when you work out,
Yeah,
what happens is you start losing weight at first because you burn fat.
exactly.
Once you turn the fat into muscle, you gain the weight right back.
Exactly.
So you'll get on the scale and think you didn't lose no weight, when it's really you build muscle, and muscle is a lot
Yeah,
heavier.
exactly. That's why I said if I tone up, I'll be cool. I just
Right.
don't want to be
That's why I
flat.
always say. I always said that I never lose. Like I was at some point, like I was a gym rat. I love to work out. So when I'm on my workout, I'm like at the gym every day.
Right.
I go in 8, 9. I'm in here to 1, 2. Like I'm gym rat. I work out when I'm really in my bag, but I never work out to lose weight. I always work out to tone up.
Yeah, stay in shape.
Yeah, just tone. And like you said, at some point, you do it so much, your body gets used to it.
Exactly.
So if I didn't work out, I would be really sluggish. So like I would work out on certain days, and you would think on the days that you rested, you'd be like, oh, I'd be cool today because I got to go to the gym, but that would be your worst day.
Right.
The day you didn't go to the gym, you had no energy.
Exactly.
Gym, that helps you work out. We gonna go into this commercial for a few minutes, so I'm gonna take a little break, drink a little water. I don't know what it is, but my lips always look ashy. I don't care if I put on lip balm or what. When I watch this show, I be like, why do my lips always look gray? And it always look like I got something in the corner of both eyes.
Yeah. That should be
really
fucking my head up too.
Because it's makeup. You know, typically that's why they put a lot of makeup on you when you do shows. And so the light glares in certain spots, and it always make you look crazy.
Right.
So they put makeup all over your face so you don't get the glare. Here we just ghetto, and I don't put a lot of makeup on my face, so
you don't need it.
I'm not gonna powder puff all the way the hell up.
Yeah.
Just so y'all don't think it's something in the corner of my eye. I hope y'all would know that I ain't gonna stay for 20 minutes with some shit in the corner of my eye. And just like y'all can see it, I can see the shit, so I've been to wipe it out.
Right.
It's the camera playing fucking tricks on y'all. Don't think I'm sitting here and I ain't watch my goddamn face. I got dry ass eye boogers in the corner of my eye, and my lips is ashy white. My lips is not fucking ashy white. They just appear to be on this motherfucker.
Well, I do have some bliss sticks if you feel a little
lip
self-conscious.
balm in here. Like,
Oh, all right.
I'm just noticing that. Like I'm getting a smoky from the PJs effect on this motherfucker. Like, my lips is not. Look at this shit. They look gray. I think I am gonna put some lip balm on. Should I go to commercial? I'm not gonna be laughing at my motherfucking lips. If I wish one of y'all would say something. Say something. I'm gonna come through this fucking show. I'm gonna kick the hell out of one of y'all. Whichever one of y'all, Dawn, Greeny, Sherna, Baldy, Tone, Twin.
Said Vaseline, girl.
Yeah, I wish one of y'all would say something.
Tracy said Vaseline, girl.
I'm on your ass, cousin. I'm on your ass.
I was 13, a chubby skid on the scene. I used to have the, you know what? Let me hop out. Pop out, boy. At 2609 Germantown, one of the hottest clothing stores in Philadelphia. You gotta go check them out, boy. Damn, boy. Little Ninja Apparel. Yeah, the business. Damn, that bike is giving on the business with all them speakers on it, boy. I could be loud as hell in the morning waking everybody up if I wanted to. Dang, what? Oh my goodness. G-Ma, what's your little orthopedic shoe wearing behind
I'm
the door
here for
here,
the
huh?
business, and I bought briefcases for everybody.
It's a clothing line. I ain't say bring briefcases.
What?
I'm saying about that business. Well, you want some weird stuff, G-Ma.
Weird?
Yeah, you wish your hand didn't cramp up, huh? You better do it yourself, huh? But anyway, boy, I'm just letting y'all know, boy, the business show Wednesday, 8 p.m. Global Tunes Radio, sponsored by Little Ninja Apparel. What you thought, it was just apparel? No, she doing big things. You need to get at this lady. You go in there and check out. She gonna take care of you. She got hats, shirts, everything, whatever. I don't care what it is. If she don't got it, she will make it for you. Come out, boy.
He got him loose. He got bars. We gotta give it to him. Y'all know who this is? This rapper Joe 8 Ball. Y'all go on
Global
Instagram. Y'all
Tunes
go on
Radio,
Facebook.
download it.
Y'all go on said they coughed so hard he had to look at the weed. He said, listen, this shit.
Is this live?
It's live, yeah.
Who the hell has a shootout during an ice storm?
You take a picture in your house Instagram. Can y'all clean that fucking quarter out? All the time, God is good. We here today to, put this no good ass nigga to rest. It was about time this nigga killed the fuck over.
Watching numbers multiply, looking at me froggy eye, looking like you want to pray to God. Every time I hop up on the beat, seems like a murder happened. My niggas plastic, hitting hard like the crack addict. Bad things happen to niggas that do me.
We are your hosts. I'm Deanna Lachey.
Cousin Nadeem and
Out here it's tragic cause it's grown folk business. I remember all them nights that we was graveyard shipping. We was all about $1.
Good people, we're back and welcome to the business show. I am your host, Deanna Lachey, and sitting in with me today, who we got on the other side?
L. Swain.
L Sway, the Mac Daddy, god damn it. Yeah, you keep going to this L Sway. He's smooth daddy joint. So what was you talking about earlier?
I was asking, I don't follow sports, but I do follow hip hop from old to new. Now, I came across the Whack 100 interview where he was saying that Biggie wasn't a legend. How do you feel about that?
I can agree and I can disagree. I think Biggie was one of the most influential rappers of our time, but the one thing about us people, we don't appreciate people till they gone.
Okay.
So I can't consider Biggie as one of the greatest rappers of all time because he only did 3 albums. You know what I'm saying? So now if you want to go down in the great, he did 3. He did Life After Death. He did the first Ready to Die, Life After Death, and then the other one.
Born Again was after he was already dead. So it was only Life After Death and Ready to Die. It was only the 2.
It's only 2, but
Well, 2 he released before he died and 1 after. So in a total of whole, it was still only 3 albums. So I'm gonna say again, that don't make you great. So when we want to talk about greats, we can say like Lil Wayne.
Why do you need a lot to be great though? Like I mean,
Well,
like
because here go the twist.
It could take you a lot of tries to do
Because
something.
to prove that you are great mean that you gotta have more record sales than most people, which you don't. Biggie didn't sell more albums than like Lil Wayne, 50 Cent, and be like, you know what I'm saying? His albums didn't do more. He was at a time where he didn't make more money than say Lil Wayne and Future and you know what I'm saying?
I don't really think it's the numbers that make you a legend.
So what made him a legend?
I feel like it's your impact that makes you a legend. Like the fact that even to this day people still saying his name, or even when he was alive, like a whole coast was on his shoulders. But
I'm gonna say again, he was one of the most influential rappers during that time. Him and Tupac. But I'm gonna say again, when you say great, you mean the GOAT, right? Like Michael Jordan is the GOAT of basketball. Mm-hmm. But if Michael Jordan didn't have any rings, he couldn't be considered the GOAT, right?
Possibly.
So here go the twist, because you know that to be correct, because here go other people who was damn near kind of great at basketball and don't have shit. Karl Malone.
Iverson's in the Hall of Fame and don't got a ring.
You know what I'm saying?
But he's still a great player though.
Not Dennis Rodman. John Stockton, Steve Nash. That list goes on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of people like that were great and made impacts. But like to say that you are one, like they always put Biggie as one of the top 5 dead or alive. And I'm gonna say again, I love Biggie. Hands down, don't take nothing from this. Biggie, give me one more time. That's my shit. I love that Ready to Die. Give me the loot is my all-time favorite. I love 12 Crack Commandments, all that good shit. But I'm gonna say again, that still didn't make him one of the greats because he only did 3 albums. Now I'm gonna say again, he one of the few rappers who can have an album with nothing but hits from one end to the other. You know, like, and there was only a few people that did that. But I'm gonna say again, look at Wu-Tang during that time.
Right.
If you gonna say Biggie was great, you gotta say Snoop was great.
He is.
Because they was chasing Snoop records. But when you put the top 5 rappers that are alive, Snoop ain't never in it.
Yeah, because Snoop ain't.
Snoop sold a gazillion records. Snoop that made a gazillion records.
But that goes back to what I was saying. It's not
at
about
one point
your sales,
he was the
more than
most
your impact.
influential. But see,
he was.
At one point he was before. Listen to that album, and Snoop say this all the time. If you ever went back in the day to them interviews where they was beefing with West Coast and East Coast, what did he say? I want to sell records like Snoop.
Yeah.
They was chasing Snoop records.
Exactly.
At that point, Snoop was the most influential rapper.
If Snoop would have died back then, he definitely would have been.
They would have considered him
back
the
then.
great.
But the thing is,
but why would he have to die to be great? If you great, you great, dead or alive.
But sometimes
that's
living
the key.
too long could like actually be against you, because like take Eminem for example. Eminem is one of my favorite artists, but over time his albums fell. Like if he would have either fell back or I hate to say die, but if he would have left for whatever type of way at a certain time, he's still considered great to this day, even after dropping duds. But
okay,
you know, sometimes staying out too long. Even look.
All right, but then look at Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson ain't made a song in 20 years, but before he died, he still was the man. He was great. You could consider Mike the GOAT.
Yeah, but they wasn't talking about any new material though, neither.
They didn't have to.
Like if he would have died,
they didn't have to. He had enough old material to keep it going. But when Mike died or they killed Mike, you think Mike was about to do that big ass tour?
Yeah.
He had tour dates lined up or nothing but old music.
Yeah, yeah.
I know people getting rich off nothing but old music. So when you sit and be great, like you say, people only appreciate you after you die. Look at Nipsey Hussle. For as great as they tried to make Nipsey Hussle to be after he died, when he was alive, Nipsey Hussle didn't sell no records.
But see that, and that's where I'm going back to. Like when I think about the legend side of it, I'm not thinking about record sales and this, that, and the third. I'm thinking about impact. A lot of rappers have died, and people always say people always say when a rapper dies, like, you know, okay, you get your streams and all that. But all of these rappers didn't get no letter from Obama. They didn't have the whole LA walking the streets.
But look at it. I'm gonna say again, even with Nipsey, right? Nipsey wasn't half as influential before he died than he was after he was dead.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, I mean not.
You know why I say that? Because 60% of the people didn't even know who the fuck Nipsey Hussle was until he died. Let's keep that funky. Me particularly, I didn't know who Nipsey Hussle was until he died.
I would say
and I know a
definitely
lot of people who did not know who he was. Like when Biggie died, I was there when Biggie died. I was around when Pac died. I watched people run around who never met this man with shoe polish all over their car. Grown men crying, arguing for years about who was the best. That was different. When Nipsey was alive, nobody really knew Nipsey. Like I'm not saying nobody knew him, but he wasn't as half as popular as a Tupac and a Biggie or Jay-Z or Eminem or 50 even for that matter. And I'm going to say again, 60% of the people found out who he was after he died, and everybody else told the story of how great he was.
I would say a lower percentage than that.
What do you think, Shy?
I didn't know.
I didn't know it.
I know him.
And I know a gazillion people who didn't know it.
I know him, and like the one.
And I didn't listen, and I knew a lot of people who wasn't dicky. And excuse my French, not saying that he wasn't a good person, but like when Nipsey died, everybody act like they was best friends with Nipsey.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
So I mean, let's keep it funky. Same thing with everybody else. You never, like you say, you nobody till somebody kill you. People sell more records after they did than they ever do alive.
And that's why, like I said, I don't count the records. I look at him as a person and the legacy that he left. And like I said, it's a lot of rappers that die.
But you go to twist. You a rapper. So to be in the rap game and to be considered a great in the rap game, then you got to have material behind you to prove that you great. You got to have, to be great, that means or to be one of the GOATs, that means you got to be the top. That's what the GOAT mean, the greatest of all times, right? So that means the greatest of all times mean you got to have more number one selling records than anybody else. You got to have more number one hits than anybody else. You got to at least make more money or at least up there with the big boys than anybody else. So when you consider Gates, you can consider Puffy as a GOAT, even though Puffy make whack-ass music. You could consider Jay-Z as, hell yeah, LL's a GOAT.
Oh.
Just like you could consider Snoop as a GOAT, but people won't until he dies.
No, Snoop is a GOAT.
You know what I'm saying?
But at the same time, Snoop also, from a lyrical standpoint, I'm not going to put him...
Let's keep it funky. Who made more records than LL? Who made more for LL than made about 22 albums?
KRS-One.
But they don't consider KRS-One to be a GOAT. They consider L to be a GOAT.
No, but you say who got more, like...
But I'm just saying, like, far as these people... More,
he got more than KRS-One?
Hell yeah. LL got albums. Who got more albums than fucking LL? So you gotta consider L a GOAT. And L is the only rapper, let's keep it funky when you talk about GOATs. LL is one of the only rappers who reinvent himself every decade to stay relevant. LL done had a cut in every decade with one of the new rappers that
let's be
sold.
real. LL is a fucking cop. He on NCIS booking people for drugs and shit. Let's just be right. I ain't gonna call no
Nigga,
cop
that's
to
a
go.
job.
I'm not gonna call no cop. Yeah,
That's a job.
yeah, being a cop is a job. You're absolutely right. They wear their badge and clock in and shit.
Ice-T.
He a whole op.
Ice-T been on a cop show for how long?
He a fucking cop. He ain't the greatest of all time. He the COP. He the fucking feds. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna get the feds no goddamn greatest of all time.
Mad rapper.
He
We
a whole
are here
fed.
with the mad rapper.
He a whole fed.
L Sway, the mad rapper. And y'all heard it here first.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
L.
I ain't
Sway.
gonna get no feds the
He's
greatest
the
of
mad
all
rapper.
time.
Yeah, but you can't consider, like, I'm gonna
Yeah,
say
man.
this. We consider just Piggy and Pac to be so good because of the influence that they had. over
Exactly.
the
LL
short-
ain't influenced me.
Oh, yes, he did. Oh, listen.
He
LL influenced music for years.
He
That
influenced
I'm
probably the
jig-
people that I'm influenced by, but
Nigga, I'm
LL.
jiggling, baby.
LL didn't influence
Listen,
me.
they can play
I wasn't rocking one fucking leg up and none of that shit.
Let me tell you something. They can put an LL music. They can put I'm jiggling. They can play. You can put an I'm jiggling baby on right now, and I get up and dance.
I know that's right.
I'm gonna keep it funky.
I know that's right.
Listen. LL is an influencer in music. You can't.
No,
say
he
that.
is. He just didn't influence me.
That around the
He
way
is.
girl and that shit. Like people play that in parties right
I
now.
got a question. Who is the most underrated artist from that's
Lyrically,
no, just as an artist?
Underrated?
Yeah, like don't get enough.
Nas. I always felt like Nas was under.
Well,
underrated first.
Nas still is kind of considered a great, but to an extent.
Right, but see, let me tell you why I say why he's a GOAT.
Impact?
Because Nas did it without the major label and distribution like everybody else
But
had.
that's
So you mean like who has that impact, but they still not getting credit type shit?
and they not even rapping like that no more.
Let's see.
And they came out.
Big Daddy Kane?
They came out years ago, and their influenced a few different artists that's out now that been doing it.
So you saying pretty much who is
I don't
the
know.
most
Is this
overlooked- who the most overlooked rapper? Pretty much.
from back then?
Rapping right now.
I don't know.
From what era?
Rapping right now.
From what era? The LL era or the?
Yeah, LL era. You might as well. See, that's how much he's under.
I don't know. You give me.
Kumo
you get-
D? Who is it, nigga? Shit.
He from the West Coast.
From the West Coast?
Who?
There ain't that many people from the West Coast from the whole back in the day.
I don't know, bro. He's like,
Are you serious, yo?
You
who?
got me.
Q?
Ice
Q?
Cube? Man.
No, but I'm gonna say again.
Come on,
No, because I'm gonna say again. I don't think Cube underrated though.
he had, I think.
I don't think he underrated. What I think is Cube is another one who influenced the era that he came out far as with the NWA, even with his solo and everything. I'm gonna say again, they came at a point where they changed the game.
Exactly.
Like a lot of these rappers played a lot of different parts in the game as is. He branched off, but I don't think he underrated. Like people know who Cube is. Cube the shit.
Like, he don't get enough.
You know why? Because at some point,
Because the
Cube-
style played the fuck
No,
out
it's
now.
not.
Music wise, I'm just saying.
Oh.
That's why I said as an
You
artist.
saying as being influencing?
Oh,
He's
no,
saying
no,
as far as
I can't say that.
Who a person who had a good influence? on
He's the
genre.
godfather of the West Coast. See, this is the thing. You gotta remember also, we live where we live at. So we don't see.
No, I'm gonna tell you what it is. A lot of people who in this rap industry, right? A lot of younger people who listen to rap music
Right.
now, but they don't know where it started from.
Right.
And I'm gonna say again, a lot of people just forget because we getting older, and because we listen to rap so long, even though we know around what time what people came out, we can't really pinpoint at this point who was where in the rap game.
Right,
So
right.
it takes for them to do TV shows like they did, like the Wu-Tang story,
Exactly.
the NW's thing, so that we can look back and see just how much influence certain people had on the game at that
Exactly.
point. When that NWA story came out, it really showed us the influence that they had on the game at that
Right,
point,
right.
far as with the illicit lyrics about being able to say what you want when you want it,
Fuck
going
the police.
going against the police and the government and making raps that meant something. So they, but you had to go back, like you say, it took for them to remake that story for us to be able to pinpoint that era and be like, yeah, you know what, they did this, they did that, and they did that. But now that it's out there, you can see what influence they had, and we do know they did have a major influence
Absolutely.
on the game. But I don't think it's overlooked. I just think that because once he did what he did and then stepped away from it, he started influencing the culture in another way, far as
Exactly.
through the movies.
Exactly.
So now you look at Cube more as a movie star opposed to a rapper, because he used the rapper as a platform to get in. But once he got in, he switched over. The same thing like with
Yeah.
Ice Cube and LL, because LL been so far removed from the music for so long. Now you just look at him as an actor. You don't look at him as a rapper, but we all know that's where he came in it. Same thing with Ice Cube. Ice Cube was a major influence too. He talked a lot about the cops and all that shit. And, you know what I'm saying? And remember, he had a big thing against the cops. Remember when he did the I think it was the four. He did a Vibe magazine cover back in the day where he had the police uniform on. Or after he had made the song about talking about him all greasy. You know what I'm saying? So when you look back on that stuff, if you was there in that time, you can see. But a lot of them guys had a lot of influence on rap. Like African and Bambaataa, they don't talk about him. And he had a major influence on the rap game.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of people that had a major influence. Let's keep it funky. Russell Simmons. I think Russ had the biggest impact on the rap game because he created a label when we didn't have our own labels.
Exactly.
And he brought us a culture of music that wasn't out. Like, yeah, we had the Curtis Blow when he did that, but when Russ came out with Run DMC and LL and Curtis Blow and the Beastie Boys all on one fucking label, and when they start doing, what was it, what was the Beastie Boys or all that shit, the Fat Boys and all that, listen, they was killing the game.
Yeah.
Run wasn't on that label.
Run.
Yeah, Run DMC wasn't on Def Jam. They
No.
got their deal before.
They was on his original, whatever his original label was. When he came out, that's who he had. He had Run DMC, he had the Beastie Boys and the Beastie Boys.
I think he was managing them, and LL was his opening act for Def Jam.
No, he was on the other label. Was it Jive or?
He was on Profile. Records.
Yeah, that's the label that he had them signed to.
Yeah.
And then he signed to his own label, and then I think eventually they came.
I'm gonna tell y'all who I feel as though is like super underrated. Like I never seen my man on no top. I'm saying top 50 hip hop MCs, and he definitely should be somewhere on there. Motherfucking CeeLo Green.
You know why? Because they don't really consider CeeLo as a rapper.
Dog, CeeLo is like the first beat I ever rapped to was a CeeLo beat.
Right, but here's what it is.
CeeLo hot.
CeeLo is a crossover artist. He's not just considered a rapper. He's like an entertainer.
He better than a lot of these rappers
because
like,
he sing, he rap. He's not considered.
CeeLo from Goody Mob.
He's
So
considered.
part of the Dungeon family.
Yeah, but he's not considered a rapper. He's not. He's considered more crossover.
I guess, man. That's how
He
they,
is.
Because
When CeeLo make a song, you don't know if that shit rap, country, R&B. You don't know what the fuck is that shit. You just like it, but you don't know what genre it is. Yeah. You don't know what the fuck to look that shit up under. Yeah. So CeeLo Green is, but there's a lot of rappers that you can go into the crates and just be like, they made. I'm gonna say again, like Snoop, people don't realize that era when they was doing Gin and Juice. Come on, Snoop was one of the hottest.
Yeah, couldn't nobody fuck with Snoop.
Albums out there.
Yeah, couldn't
but
nobody
they don't give Snoop the credit like that. Couldn't nobody sell an album with Snoop was hot like that. They albums wasn't selling like that.
That's real.
And let's keep it funky. For as great as they make Biggie out to be, Biggie died broke. Biggie died broke. Biggie didn't have a fucking dime when he died. If you watch them interviews when he did, Biggie said, I'm on my second album. I ain't got no money from the first album, yo. If you watch the interview when he had to fight when they beat up the road manager, why you think they beat the road manager up? Because they was broke. They didn't have no money from the albums. The only money they were getting were from the shows that they was doing. That's why they tour so much now.
Right.
You know what I mean? You get through 10, 20 off a show. So what they would do is they would go do a show. They had a road manager. They would say, all right, look, we made 20,000. We gonna break this down. We gonna do what we want with this. All right, you the road manager, Shy. All right, look, we gonna give you 3 G's. So this to hold us down when we get to the next state to do our next show. That's for our hotel and our food money. Right. They go spend their money, they're partying, doing whatever they doing. They get back. Now they gotta sleep in a car because the road manager went out and smoked all their money up. So now they got to be at the next city. They ain't got no hotel money, no food money, no gas money. They stuck. So now they whip his ass. But why was that? Because they was broke. They didn't have no money. You see what I'm saying? So when Biggie died, for as great as they tried to make Biggie out to be, Biggie died broke. Yeah, I'm going to say again, Biggie was one of the most influential rappers of that time, but he couldn't be considered a great because he died broke. He had only put out 2 albums before he died. You could never say a nigga was great if all he had was 2 albums. Name one other nigga that they say is great only put out 2 albums before he
I mean, I can't say that because I feel like, it could take you a lot to do something that it take me one time to do.
I'm gonna say again, if you put out one album, you're a one-hit wonder, right? So how do 2 albums make you great?
Because it only took them 2 hours to showcase greatness.
But here go the twist. What makes you great? Because I'm gonna say again, it's other people.
Everyone has that's the difference. That's it right there. What makes you great?
Exactly.
Right, but I'm gonna say again.
I don't think excess and abundance is what makes you great.
No, so I'm gonna say again. So what are they judging your greatness by? You were influential, but there were other influential rappers even at that time who have cut more albums than you have and sold more albums than you have and has been just as influential as you has and are not considered greats. So what makes you great and what are they? What's the criteria for them saying you great? You made 2 albums. I'm gonna say again. Let's put you up against Snoop, who they never consider to be in the top 5 when they mention the top 5. Snoop has made more albums than you. He sold more albums to you, and at a point was a more influential rapper than you for a longer time. So if you consider the great, why isn't he? And then what's the scales for you being great?
Because Snoop didn't bring the West Coast back. The West Coast was already moving on momentum. When Biggie came out, Biggie brought the East Coast back.
No, they wasn't. Where was their momentum at?
Their momentum was with...
NWA had already fell off.
No, Dr. Dre, The Chronic already came out before Snoop John came out. Death Row was the shit. The West Coast was already moving on momentum. When Biggie came out, Biggie brought the East Coast back. The East Coast was kind of, you know what I mean? Like...
But see, at the
Now,
end of the
really,
day,
because
that could be
Pac was already over here.
I was about to say that.
So
That
you
could
can't
be
say
an
that.
argument
Pac was over where?
Pac was already over here
but
in
the
New
reason why
York.
they put out Pac is because what's his name?
And
Snoop
Pac was
Dogg
out first.
Snoop
No.
Dogg was- listen,
But
listen,
Pac was out
Snoop-
before.
Pac was on the West Coast,
Yeah,
though.
but Snoop Dogg
No,
was about
he
come
went to the
out
West
on-
Coast. He was over in he was over here.
Not as a rapper. Pac moved to the West Coast when he was 17 years old.
So that argument could be an argument because if that's the case, then Pac brought back the West Coast.
Nah.
That's the reason why they put Pac out before Snoop. Because they
didn't put out Pac
Yes, they
before
did.
Snoop.
Yes, they
Dog,
did.
you
Yes,
tripping.
they did.
Yes, it
Pac
was.
album
Pac
came
was
out
already
before
out before
Snoop
Snoop.
on Death Row.
What happened was
Yes, it did.
no, it not
Yes,
Bro,
no,
did.
you want to bet money?
Listen, Shy,
Let's
Shy,
bet money.
Not on
All
Death Row.
Eyes on Me.
Hold on.
Came out in 1995.
Listen, wait.
Death Row and Machiavelli was
Pac
Tupac's
was already
only albums
out,
on Death Row.
but he was signed to another label. He didn't sign
Snoop
to Death
is the
Row.
reason that Pac got on Death Row, bro.
He was signed to Death Row after he got locked up, and then remember, Suge went over there, and then they signed
Gin
him
and
to
Juice
Death
and all
Row.
that been out. You'd have lost your money, my nigga.
Snoop was already
You done
out
lost your
when
money,
they
my
got
nigga.
him. But what I'm saying to you is again, what makes the criteria for being great? Because I'm gonna say again,
Just being great.
but so what makes you great? How could you be great after 2 albums when there's other people out here?
It don't
Okay,
take
I'm saying
you a
again,
bunch of albums
If he
to be
great, then Wayne great. Wayne made more
Wayne is
albums.
great.
Wait, but he's not considered great.
Wayne's not considered a great.
Listen, he's not. When they start
Wayne
doing,
is not considered a great.
Listen to what I'm saying to you. Not in everybody's eyes.
In the haters' eyes.
Listen what
Wayne.
I know.
Wayne is not
No, what
considered
I'm
a
saying to you
great.
is because I'm saying if you will consider
Weezy?
you gotta consider Wayne a great.
Of
Because I'm
course,
saying again,
of course he's a
Wayne
great.
had more albums, he made more money, and if you look
But guess
at
what?
it, his
What-
influence lasted
what-
longer.
Wayne dropped a
So,
lot of albums
if you're-
before we could even consider him great, and that's only
Right.
because the shit before wasn't as great
Right,
as
right.
the shit that came out
But
when we
what I'm
decided he
saying
was a
is
great.
this.
He
Okay.
wasn't a great and dropping like his hot days.
So you saying Biggie great, right?
Absolutely.
What is your criteria for making him great?
My criteria for making him
is it-
great,
what is
I
it
still
doing?
can listen to his music to this day. It stood the test of times, and
The
you,
LL song does the same thing.
I mean,
Keep
but
going.
that's
Not
still
the-
a
not-
personal-
not the same
that's
way.
still
Keep going.
A personal.
his storytelling,
It
his
gotta
storytelling
be a
abilities.
criteria that
Personal,
you
what
base
he do
being
to
great
you,
on.
though.
Huh?
That's what you saying. Everything you saying is what he do to you.
Right,
what
right,
makes
right.
him great out here?
We can't.
I know we gonna ask the young buck because he in the music. They do their pop. Let me ask you a question. Do you consider Biggie one of the greats?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the criteria that you set on him being a great?
Impact, influence,
My nigga. My nigga.
Okay,
My
so let
nigga,
me
man.
ask you.
That's
Okay,
my nigga
I
right
listen.
here.
I understand that because I'm gonna say again, I like Biggie.
I don't care about
I'm a Biggie
sales.
fan. And when I say I'm pretty one of the people who puts him in under the great, which is for a different reason. But I'm gonna say again, when you say influence, right? So I said that to say where there's other rappers in the game who's had just as much influence as Biggie, right? Made more albums than Biggie, right? Made more money off than Biggie, and they never consider him great. So what made Biggie great? Like Snoop.
People don't consider Snoop great?
No, when you talk about the first,
He ain't on that level with Biggie.
What I'm saying to you is, when you ask the typical
Lyrically,
person,
Snoop not on the same level
top 5 dead
as
or
Big.
alive, Snoop typically is never in
No,
that.
he's not in that.
Because
But I'm gonna say
lyrically,
again, he's had just as much influence, if not more, than Biggie.
But he don't match up lyrically to
he don't match up lyrically to
But what I'm
Big.
saying-
So it
He
takes
sold
away the
just as
lyric-
much.
It takes away the lyrical.
Same
Now,
with E40. I
again,
hate
that's a
E40,
personal opinion between both of y'all.
Right, that's
You see what
personal.
I'm
But
saying?
when I say
Because
is,
if you go over
what
to the
makes
West
him
Coast,
great?
a nigga just like you standing
West-
there
West
saying,
Coast, they
yo, but
different.
Pac,
They play E40.
No, but all right, you know why I say that?
Exactly.
Because all right, like Michael Jordan, right? He the GOAT. He considered the GOAT, right? But what makes him the GOAT? He got 5 chips, 6,
Never lost.
never lost, scored chip, all that, right? So that's what made him the GOAT because he's above over people. So to be the GOAT in a certain game means you got to be better than everybody else.
But-
so I'm gonna say again, for you to be able to consider him a GOAT in the game. What made him better than anybody else? He only did 3 albums as a total, 2 before he died.
Because you don't need a whole lot to be great.
Right, but I'm gonna say again, everybody who
short
puts him in the
period
game
of time, he
of
cemented
being great,
himself
you
in that
gotta
short period
base
of
it
time.
on something. You can't just say he's a good rapper. He lyrically, cause so is Nas, so is
Okay.
Eminem, so is certain different people.
I'm not gonna say that you were
So I'm
better
just
because you
saying,
did more. Because like, okay,
what
you
makes
a
you
barber.
great?
You probably cut way more heads than me. But a nigga come in there and see me do a nigga shape up way sharper than any shape up you ever gave in your fucking life. And this was my first shape up this nigga ever seen me give. I'm automatically gonna be a better barber than you because my shape up game look better than yours. I don't give a fuck how many heads you cut. I only had to cut this one head,
okay.
and I took all your
You can say
customers.
that,
I
but-
took all your customers
okay,
off this
but-
one
But
head.
now I'll give you another scenario. Now what if you've been cutting
Wayne definitely
for
did.
30
I grew
years,
up with
right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he come in and he been cutting for 20 years. And he cut the hair just as good as yours. But they keep saying you great, but his haircut look just as good.
Longevity.
So how could you be great and if he doing the same exact thing that
He been
you
doing
doing?
it longer than me.
But he
If the
not
people
basing it
gravitating
on-
towards
but listen
me
to what
and my
he's saying.
cuts,
He's not basing it on the length.
I'm
'Cause
not-
He just said
I'm basing
he
it on
can
the
come in
skill.
today and cut a hair better than the person who been cutting for 20 years and be great. And I say if that's the case, then he can come in and been cutting just as amount of time and cut a hair just as good as yours, exactly the same. And why won't he be
Based
considered
on
great?
Biggie's career,
It
though it was cut short in that period of time, if you add up everything he did, it equals him being. So he cemented himself as one of the greats, just in that short period
But
of time.
right, people always say that.
It
And
don't
nobody
take
say
forever to
because
become a great.
Biggie made hits. We gonna keep it always
Drake is a
focused. Biggie made hits. He made nothing but hits. But I'm gonna say again, it's other people who made albums who hit
not like
Biggie's.
Biggie's. It's not like
Got like
Biggie's.
a Biggie album.
How?
The album was like
How?
because
You
Puffy
trying to
wasn't
tell
behind
me-
it.
You trying to
Because Puffy wasn't behind
you
it.
trying to tell me Gin and
That's
Juice
subjective.
wasn't on the same caliber as
Juicy.
Ready to Die?
It was.
All right then.
It was.
All right then.
It was.
I'm gonna say again.
But
if
his
you
album
listen-
after that
if
wasn't.
you listen
His
to
album
his
after that
album, what
wasn't.
did he tell you?
That album
Tell
after
me
that
he
wasn't.
sell records like Snoop. Snoop shit was selling.
Like I ain't gonna hold you.
Big
Like
was
Puff,
chasing Snoop
without
when he
Puffy,
was alive.
Biggie wouldn't have been as great, and that's only because like Puffy's input.
So, no, what I'm saying to you is
Puffy's
this.
input in that music is
Listen
what
I'm
made it
saying
so
to you.
great.
If he wasn't the greatest when he was alive, what made him great after he died?
He was the greatest when he was alive.
He wasn't.
He was carrying the whole coast on his back.
But I'm gonna say again, was he ever? Have they ever? When he was alive.
When he was alive, people were saying he was great.
No, not
He was going up against
Never,
Pac. He was
not
carrying the
never.
whole East Coast.
Not never. You never heard nobody say he
I-
was the greatest rapper ever when he was alive.
I did.
You never heard that
I
shit till
did.
he
My
died.
cousins and them love Big.
I did too, but they never considered him the greatest rapper.
They did
alive.
while he was alive. I heard. Oh, my bad. All right, you're right. You're right. It's over. It's over.
Who?
You ever heard anybody consider Biggie as the greatest rapper alive before he died?
No, nobody really claimed that
Thank you.
time.
Thank you. That's honest.
But nobody was claiming
He
that
was
time.
never the greatest
In the
until he
90s,
died.
nobody-
Everybody loved you when you died.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say again, he good. He influenced the market. We gonna say right before we get out of here, he was one of the biggest influence over the rap.
And that's what
culture
makes him a
at
legend.
that time.
That
But I'm gonna say
made
again,
him a legend because it didn't take a lot for him to do what he had to do. Like,
And
some
Wayne-
people might take
but
you a
you
lot.
can't-
You might have to take
Come
Shorty
on.
on like 30, 40
Good people,
dates.
good people,
I took
good
her out
people.
one
I'd like to
time,
thank you for
like,
tuning into the
so
business
what?
show. You know, we get into our shenanigans.
It took me
got
one
a little
time to
long,
smash.
but
It took you
I
40
thank you for
dates.
tuning in. I will see you next week. Am I my brother's keeper? And you know I am until my brother do something I do not like. Y'all remember to tune in to Global Tunes and download that app. And y'all remember to come down to Lil Ninja Apparel at 2609 Germantown Avenue. I see y'all next week. Same back channel.
Soup is like one of the Godfathers.
We out.
Got him loose. He got bars. We gotta give it to him. Y'all know what it is? That's rapper Joe 8 Ball. Y'all go on
Global
Instagram. Y'all
Tunes
go on
Radio,
Facebook.
download.
Y'all go on That nigga coughed so hard he had to look at the weed. He said, listen, this shit.
Is this live?
It's live, yeah.
Who the hell has a shootout doing an ice storm?
You take a picture in your house Instagram. Can y'all clean that fucking quarter up? All the time, God is good. We here today to, put this no good ass nigga to rest. It was about time this nigga killed the fuck over.
Watching numbers multiply, looking at me froggy eye, looking like you want pray to God. Every time I hop up on the beat, seems like a murder happened. My niggas blasting, hitting hard like the crack addict. Bad things happen to niggas that do me.
We are your hosts. I'm Deanna Lachey.
Cousin Nadeem and
Out here it's tragic cause it's grown folk business. I remember all them nights that we was graveyard shipping. We was all about $1.